JETS.
Okay, that's a good place to start. Welcome back. This is Crowding the Fantasy League. Yes, and we primarily talk fantasy football, a bit of NFL. None of us got traded this off season, so that's good so far. There's still time, Adam. But yes, a lot has happened in the NFL in the last while. We haven't recorded since before the NFL draft. So we've got plenty of stuff to get through. And we're going to start with the fantasy news. We're going to move on. I've got a forgive and forget segment for our fantasy football leagues. We do have a little bit on league rules and preferences, for all those exciting people out there who love rules. We're going to do a mock draft, we hope, at some point. And then a quick quiz, putting the two juggernauts against each other, seeing what they remember from the fantasy football season in 2025.
Oh, dear. That's what the quiz is on? There's not general knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm quietly confident for that. I have heard the topic.
Thomas is now not confident.
Thomas doesn't fancy himself. How many questions?
I was learning about current events for this.
There are.
I was going through pop culture.
It's a whopping 10 questions, and we can just randomly make up a tiebreaker if needs be, but there are 10 questions lined up.
Hopefully, we won't need a tiebreaker.
We will not need a tiebreaker.
So we'll explain how that works when we get to it. But
looking forward to it.
To start with, we're going to discuss some of the fantasy news, how it affects, or not the NFL news and how it affects fantasy football more than anything else. So we'll start off with the Josh Jacobs arrest. Now, the news out of the Packers camp is that he is training. It's all business as usual. But he got arrested. It was a lot of scary kind of charges, a lot of like domestic abuse kind of stuff that the league doesn't typically take kindly to. So it could result in a suspension. How do you guys feel it's going to go? And how do you feel it's going to affect fantasy outlook for the season?
Well, I mean, the Players Association, or what the league does, is really slow. So you might not get suspended quickly, but it might be halfway through the season. Oh yeah, Josh Jacobs is now gone for 5 weeks.
It might not even be this year at all.
Yeah.
He might be suspended in 2027, which is just really inconvenient for a lot of people.
And they haven't really defined the charges yet either. He still might get arrested. He still might get convicted of something.
Yeah.
If, I know it's only allegations at the moment, but still.
It's just funny saying that it could be next year and not this year. So if you're looking at it fantasy wise, you're potentially looking at it in your dynasty league then.
Yeah.
At that stage. So if you're looking for a standard league that you're just setting up year on year and you don't think anything's going to happen, then probably it doesn't affect it quite as much. Now, we don't know what's going to happen, but if that ends up being the case where it is delayed, if you have it in a dynasty league, you're monitoring it constantly.
Yeah,
and you're probably looking for a trade right now.
Yeah, it's similar to the Rashee Rice situation where he had that serious crash and all that kind of stuff going on, all the legal stuff behind the scenes, and then it took the league so long to process it. Yeah. It's in the following year that he gets a 6-game suspension.
I believe the league can go ahead and suspend before he's been prosecuted, can't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they carry out their own investigation. This is a crazy thing. If you've never watched the NFL before,
so it could be an immediate thing. It could be like a 6-game ban, or it could be. It could be a season-long ban.
Well, yeah, they're scary enough charges that you would hope that they would come down hard on him if they believe that he's done the things that are being alleged. So we'll see.
And it's also against the reputation of the league.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking at, is how has he damaged the reputation.
That's how the league always operate with it.
Whether it's right or wrong, have you made the league look bad? If you have, you're going to get suspended.
Yeah.
Which the answer is probably yes.
Yeah. But also, why are you talking
about
Josh Jacobs?
What else comes 32?
Out? Why are you thinking about next year in fantasy? You're probably going to drop him.
What age is Josh Jacobs? That's a really interesting point. I would guess late 20s.
I think he's 28.
28, yeah, I would say something like 28. So he's probably got a couple of really good seasons left.
He has. Yeah. Look at Derrick Henry is 32. Now he's a different kettle of fish altogether, but he's still.
But I will tell you that
plus yards each season.
I picked up Marshawn Lloyd in a dynasty league immediately after the news broke, because I was like, A, I've got some really bad players on my team, so I can drop them.
Yeah.
And B, what if he does get suspended? If he does get suspended, they need somebody to carry the ball for the first 6 or 8 games or however long the suspension is. So
my thing with if I'm only picking him up for 1 year, I want my players to give me as little headache in a fantasy league as possible. I don't want to have to be constantly watching over my shoulder just in case there's Josh Jacobs news or something.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be a common theme throughout all of these. I'm probably going to avoid all of these guys.
Yeah, in
Like,
annual,
an absolute plague.
yeah, in your standard redraft leagues, that would be typically my advice as well.
Yeah.
Like these guys will drop in drafts, so there will be a value at some point if, like, say Jacobs drops to the 6th or 7th in a redraft league. It could
Even
be
if
worth, if he's like your third running back, it could be worth just throwing a dart at him. See if it
Even if
happens.
he is banned for X amount of weeks at
Yeah.
that point, there is still value in that. But
But you're still
he certainly won't be going second round or third round
Yeah.
this year.
you're still holding a spot. That's what you've always got to think. It depends on how many sub spots that your team your league typically
Yeah.
has. Most of my leagues operate with 5 or 6, and I don't want to clog that with somebody who's suspended.
Yeah, he may also just drop, not because of fantasy relevance, but some people may not want to draft him.
It's true.
No,
It's true.
You
Some-
know, it could be like a moral standpoint.
Some people have
stand
morals.
on. Like that's a possibility of
I don't
dropping.
get
even
Thomas,
further.
what would that be like having morals?
I don't give a shit about that. I mean, this guy's
I
done
knew.
something bad.
Not at
but he's
all.
going to put up 20 points a week in fantasy football.
How did I know? How did I
yeah.
know that the Patriots fan would be the captain
like,
of
I
Morality Corner?
I want to sit there and play with these people who go, oh, I'm not going to pick a player because he's done drugs or done something illegal in the past. They would have the worst teams imaginable.
You could have a team that's entirely felons if you really wanted
Yeah,
to. You
100%
could.
You could.
Are you going to try to do that?
That would be such a challenge.
I'll try to do a team.
Every player in your
Rasheed
team,
Rice
Perfectly
in as well.
innocent individuals
every
who
player in your
have
team
done
has to
wrong.
have
Yeah.
trouble with the law.
Yeah.
And then
you're
one of
to
us,
draft Stephon Diggs then as well,
and then
Yeah.
one,
Stephon Diggs,
and then
Josh
one of
Jacobs,
us, and then
yeah.
one of us has to draft a team fully of people who are just squeaky clean, no issues. That's it.
And I can
Perfect.
guarantee you I know which team's going to do better.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably there are a lot of
Yeah.
very talented.
Yeah.
this man
felons
just
in the
wants to win.
Yeah.
Considering he didn't win a fantasy league last year, but you
we-
won one, didn't you?
That's
Yeah,
not,
you-
we're not
yeah,
talking
I
about
won
it.
one.
We're
Yeah.
not talking about that in this segment.
But talking about people who are making the league look really, really good. How about Rasheed Rice? He gets suspended for 6 games last year because of the high speed crash in Dallas, and then like the one thing he's told not to do, you've got like a 2-year probation thing. Don't do drugs during your 2-year probation. So of course he does drugs, and he's in a Dallas jail.
And the fact he's coming off a knee surgery as well, that he can't get fully rehabbed at the minute because he's in jail.
trying to rehab in a prison cell would be difficult. I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, I don't know. You saw the way Mike Tyson came out of prison. He was a beast. You know. But like,
It certainly doesn't help your cause. If you're
No.
looking at him as a wide receiver #1 fantasy prospect, he's going way down the pecking order at the minute. He's not even going to be
don't-
drafted as
I
wide
don't-
receiver 1.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's going to play this year.
You don't think he's going to play this year?
No.
I still think he's going to play. I still
think
think
I
he's
think
going to
you
play
just need him to play.
almost every game. I think he's going
I
to play.
think that he's not going to be fit, and the league is going to give him some harsh penalty.
So what's
Like,
the
once
what's
you're on probation, you're caught again. I don't understand this. How can you be on a multi-million-dollar contract? You know, okay, you just evaded a car crash where you nearly killed a load of people. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start smoking weed or whatever it was. I don't even know what it was he did.
Yeah,
But what was it? Yeah,
I think it was in there. Did he test positive for like what's
THC.
THC? What is
Yeah.
THC?
That's weed.
That's weed. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Or,
So
well, the chemical that gets you high in weed.
could
or-
be
okay.
Yeah.
could be another Justin Blackman situation where
It doesn't. I mean,
the
it
guy
doesn't
has all
sound
the
like
talent in the
it doesn't
world but
sound like
can't
that,
hit
yeah.
the field again because he just loves smoking pot that much.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know about Justin Blackman, Jags drafted him in the first round. Well, in the top, I think he was a top 5 draft pick for us one year. A wide receiver
A
who
really
was
good rookie
incredible,
season.
really good rookie season, and then played 4 games of his second season, got suspended indefinitely by the league for marijuana abuse, and then just never got clean. So it
Did he
can
not
happen.
have
Josh Gordon.
in those first 4 games he had like 2 or 3 100 plus receiving yard
Oh, no, he
games.
was- he
was on.
He was
on pace
incredible,
for
and he
a big
had
season.
Blaine Gabbert and Chad Henne thrown to him. So imagine if he had a proper quarterback thrown to him. It'd be good. But enough of that.
I won't be looking at Rasheed Rice very high and
Again, he's
any
one.
draft.
Again, he's one. If he drops maybe to the 4th round in a redraft, I'm still looking at him. I'm still thinking of him as a wide receiver too.
I think it's such a big risk. I think Thomas is potentially right. Like, potentially might not play.
Yeah, the league could look at it and say, like, listen, you were kind of given a warning last year. We'll give you a stronger warning
And it
this year.
was,
I think there
it
is-
was a bad, heavily publicized accident. as
Yeah.
well. I mean, the fact that he fled.
I also think because it seemed is this big addiction like Blackman had? Like, is he going to keep on doing it? Like, I think there is more of a risk that he doesn't play than Josh Jacobs doesn't play.
You're right. Yeah, you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, drug wise or anything like that. I haven't heard anything, but you never know. You never know.
But anyway,
I feel like there's like a
no.
really.
But
like,
very fantasy relevant.
Well,
not the
there
US.
is a guy next who's probably not fantasy relevant this year.
no.
I don't think he's ever going to be fantasy relevant again.
Brandon Ayuk might not be fantasy relevant again. For anybody who doesn't know about Brandon Ayuk, who signed a massive contract extension with the 49ers, then proceeded to get an ACL injury, and basically hasn't talked to the team for like 2 years.
Didn't
at this point.
didn't even show up to any of the things. That was the one thing he had to do in his contract.
Yeah.
Just show up to a team meeting.
Yeah, and it's like it's a $30 million a
He
year
had,
contract.
to,
Like it's a
he
big.
had to show up for his rehab. He
Yeah.
didn't show up for his rehab on his knee.
And his team meetings as well. He had to show up for those.
So he's currently potentially trying to get traded. Shanahan and who's the GM there? And is it Lynch? In
Oh, they're just not.
they
trading.
they have said that he's played his last snap for the Niners.
Yep.
So the only real option for him is to try his best to get traded.
They're open
He's not
to
going to get.
any phone call, I think was the quote.
Yeah. So somebody's
No, they-
going to
they're-
toss him a 7th round pick and have a go.
They are
The
doing
most
this.
likely one would probably be the Commanders.
No,
wouldn't
well,
it?
that's where they want. That's where I think they're
He's
trying to
played
trade him
with
to. But
Daniels before.
the 49ers
Daniels
aren't
gets
gonna
on well
trade
with
him.
them.
The thing is that
The 49ers are now doing this out of like, hey, you've been a dick to us, we're going to be a dick to you.
Well,
You are not going to get any, like they're
the
not.
the
gonna
49ers would trade him if a team not only agreed to trade for him but to pay his entire contract. That's the thing. It's like, is somebody
I
going to take
don't-
on the
I
remaining
don't
60
think that's
million
gonna
ish
happen.
of his contract?
Do you think it would have to be like guaranteed to pay the remainder of his contract?
I mean, well, saying that, there's like one way of looking at it, like they want him out of the building, and there's another way of looking at it that the way Thomas is kind of saying it, like they're not going to do anything to suit Ayuk. They're not going to say like, well, we'll take a 7th rounder from the Commanders because you want to go to the Commanders.
Yeah, because they don't have to pay him.
They're
'cause
going
he
to
hasn't-
say, well, the Commanders want you, but they don't want to pay your full contract. There's a team out there like the Browns who want to pay your full contract, but you don't want to go there. Well, guess what? You're going to Cleveland.
Yeah,
It could be that side of things. They don't really have any motivation to look for the right partner. First of all, with Ayuk, it's the fact that there's an arrest warrant now issued for him, and it was a speeding thing. I think that happened in December.
December last
He had
year.
posted a video to YouTube of him driving like over 100 mile an hour in a 40.
he
I
had
think
posted this video. He posted a video of him breaking the law.
he posted it and then I think took it down quite quickly and then issued an apology. But it's still like you were still speeding in a dangerous area.
With all these guys, I think there is like this really niche opportunity for like really famous, high profile NFL players to hire someone like the uncool friend who just tells them not to do stupid shit. Like this person just remains sober. This person sits here and is like, "Oh, you want to beat your wife up? Here, just punch me in the face a few times." This person is paid like $50K a year.
That was the best example.
I was
to
gonna say,
just
they'd-
to just
they'd
be
have
like
to be well
to just
compensated.
slap cigarettes out of people's hands or be like, "Oh, you've had a drink. I will drive you
Yeah,
home."
I always said that about like Wayne Rooney, the England footballer back in the day. He got caught drunk driving a number of times. And I was like, this guy is on millions a year, millions and
why
millions and
not
millions.
get
Why
a
not just
taxi?
pay it? No, why don't you do that? That's exactly what I said to Dad at the time because obviously he was trying to do it to hide us at various different affairs. So that's fair enough. But get like a really trusted friend, pay him a like buttload of cash, and just have him drive you everywhere.
And all that friend has to do is just not let you do anything stupid.
Yeah,
Be
just-
like, "Oh, hey, do you think I should post this video of me speeding down the highway?" No.
Yeah,
Delete that.
it's like Sean McVay's Get Back coach, but like for your real life.
But I feel like
misdemeanors.
when you got people like in those scenarios where they've got multiple millions, like people around them are like, "Oh, I don't want to get shunned out and not join in this like lavish lifestyle, so I'm just going to agree with everything you do as if it's the best." Like Ruggs, for example.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
It's a more extreme example, but
another extreme example, but he should not have driven, obviously. But somebody, if he had an uncool friend, be like, "Hey, I'll do it.
Yeah, just have a get back coach. Have somebody there just to tell you, listen,
A
it might
get
not
back
be
coach is such a name. Love it. Okay.
a get back coach. Just
So
say,
what
whoa,
you're
whoa,
saying-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What you're saying is everybody out there needs an uncool friend just to
Yeah, the
keep
get
them in
back coach.
line.
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
oh,
cool.
no.
Yeah.
You're cool.
That's our it's our lovely producer Nathan pointing at himself. Fair enough.
Doesn't work when the bedtime's 10 o'clock, Nathan.
Yeah, on to
I think we're all in agreement he's not very fantasy relevant this year, if at all.
yeah, we've got another couple of fantasy wide receivers to look at. One of them I think has gone slightly down in stock. One of them's gone up in stock. So we'll talk about Neighbours first. Malik Neighbours tore his ACL last year. News broke that he'd had a bit of a cleanup operation maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's going to miss pretty much all of training camp, but they think he'll be ready for week 1. I will tell you why I think that they're lying. They signed loads of wide receivers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
drafted a wide receiver. They
Yep.
signed Calvin Austin immediately.
Yep.
They Darnell Mooney,
Yep.
Braxton Berrios,
Yep.
Yep.
Odell Beckham,
Yep. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yep.
It's not that these are just guys just to fill out the roster and we'll cut you later. No, they have legitimately just filled their
They're-
wide receiver room with 6
They're
guys
trying
they can
to-
use.
They're trying to get their wide receiver number 3 set up as they're bumping up the other 2 guys to number 1 and 2.
and Sterling Shepard's returning from injury as well. So it's like 6 or 7 guys in their wide receiver room.
Yeah, and they have,
ready to go.
And they have a very capable tight end receiver
Yeah.
in Theo Johnson. So
So I think that their timeline is probably optimistic that he'll be ready for week 1. I don't know how long he misses.
and if he comes back, is he the same player that started the year last year? I don't think so.
My thought would be, like, if I'm drafting him, I'm not drafting him in the first 2 rounds.
No.
No.
Because my thought is, if he goes on the PUP, for anybody listening who's not familiar with the PUP, is the physically unable to perform list that teams will put you on at the start of the season. If you go on that, you immediately miss the first 4 games of the season.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, no ifs or buts. You are out for 4 games.
He's definitely going to go
And
on that list.
if he's not ready for training camp, and if he's not ready by the end of training camp, there's a strong chance he goes on the PUP. He misses the first 4 games. That's like a quarter of your fantasy season, thereabouts.
So we're saying there's more of a
Yeah, it's
floor of
It's
when
a
you're going to
big,
draft
big
him. like,
gamble
you know.
taking him.
Yeah. If he's your wide receiver 1 coming out of a fantasy
would
draft,
you-
you're struggling.
Just assuming that you're right and he misses the first 4 games, where would you have him drafting him? What round?
Oh my goodness.
What-
He's guaranteed to miss the first 4 games
Yeah.
in this universe.
Yeah.
Jeepers creepers. Well, then he falls. Would I be comfortable taking him as my wide receiver 2? Probably not. I'd prefer to take him as my wide receiver 3. So you're saying like the 5th
you're
or 6th
potentially
round.
talking down between rounds 5 and 7 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if he is ready to go week 1 and he is the player that he
Yeah.
was at the start of last year and 2 years ago in particular, then you're getting a wide receiver 1 for a discount if you get him in the 2nd, for example, 2nd or 3rd. So it's just how big a risk. We'll find out more obviously if you're doing drafts now. Then you're crazy. So yeah. There's that.
Don't do a draft this early.
And B, just I don't know. Just wait. Hold out in your drafts until August until you know more. We always try to do our main league draft like a week or 2 out from the season, so that all of this stuff's kind of ironed out. You'll know where Malik Neighbours is at that point.
Yeah, we do a draft the week of the NFL kickoff. We'll probably do it on Wednesday before the first game.
Yeah. I always try my best for like the weekend before or 2 weekends before, just so everybody's there and everybody's present, and all the information that you need is there. That's
Gives
the big thing.
everybody a fair shot.
The other wide receiver we're going to talk about, stock up, AJ Brown.
Yes.
Traded to
Stock
the New England Patriots. This is the deal that everybody saw coming. We were just waiting for June 1st for him to get traded across. And what was included in that trade? There was a first rounder included. Was there a future first?
First round and 27 fifth round.
27,
28 first round.
2028 first
Yeah.
and a 2027 fifth.
Yeah.
Straight up for AJ Brown.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
You must be quite excited.
I actually really like that trade. I'm happy about that one.
Cool. I'd say
Definitely.
the Eagles are happy with it as well because I
Yeah.
don't think he was ever going to play for the Eagles again. So they've got a decent.
They got a
Oh,
good,
they got a good return for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't going to get a 2027 first. I think that was the
No.
one thing they just weren't going to get because it's too valuable a draft class potentially. But 2028 first, fair enough. When the Patriots are really bad.
If they're really good, which they won't be.
Yeah.
They've got a good set of receivers now as well.
Yeah,
Eagles
yeah.
Anyway,
The big winner is Drake May. Like that's
Yeah,
it. Drake May almost won the MVP last year, and now
robbed. Absolutely robbed.
and now he's got one of the
what do you mean robbed?
and now he's got one of the best kind of
Come on.
separators in the
Yeah.
game. Like AJ Brown just
You
gets
are-
open.
Oh, don't matter.
It's interesting. I like
Do you-
AJ Brown.
I like AJ Brown,
Sorry, wait.
and I love him now that he's at the Patriots.
I like him more than Romeo Dobbs anyway.
Can we just go back to that? He got
Rewind?
robbed.
No, sorry, that's not. On
Are you
the-
saying
it's
because
not
that
on
one
the schedule.
person voted for what? Who was it?
Ah,
Justin Herbert.
Who votes for just?
Yeah, somebody threw in a sympathy vote for Herbo, and that just derailed the whole thing.
Stafford deserved the MVP.
No, he didn't.
Let's just leave it at that.
When the only reason he got MVP was a sympathy vote because he faked retirement 2 days before the votes, and then it's like, oh, I got MVP. Yeah, I'm coming back next year. The day
Wow,
after.
you see how fantasy news can
Yeah.
just get derailed really, really fast.
really, really. quickly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
sorry.
the news is
AJ Brown is somebody
It's a
I would think
good
about
trade.
drafting pretty
yeah,
high up.
He's
there.
like he's
I think
he's like
there's
second
a lot of
rounder.
value to that. I think Drake May will probably be your third quarterback taken off the board now, Basilus.
the thing is AJ Brown would typically have been in around the second or third round anyway.
I think he's
Yeah.
second.
Justin Jefferson is falling to the second. We're going to do a mock draft later on, so we're
Yeah.
going to kind
Yeah.
of see where people are
And
falling
we're
to.
going to be
Justin
hopefully as
Jefferson's
honest as
falling to the
possible
middle
with
of the
this.
second round. That seems crazy to me, but we will talk about that
Yeah.
when
Anyway,
we get to
yeah.
the draft because I want to see where AJ Brown kind of falls in the hierarchy. Is he a top 10 wide receiver?
There-
Who knows? You know,
but
it's
yeah.
close.
That's a nice fight. There's a lot of upside to AJ Brown this year.
And just-
Completely agree.
Just one last one to finish. This isn't fantasy relevant. Hasn't been fantasy relevant for years. But Russell Wilson retires. And for those who know, for those who remember, he was one of the top fantasy quarterbacks
Oh,
for
I have
years.
him.
Oh,
I
for
have him
years, yeah.
numerous years.
I know the
He-
last like 3-4 years he sort of dropped off a cliff, but
And
See,
like
in
the in like,
Seattle?
Yeah.
in like 2014, 2015 when they were getting to the Super Bowl, he was a top 3 fantasy quarterback every year. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like
he
dominant.
always peaked around.
That was in years with like Cam Newton near his peak. Brees was there. Rodgers was there. Brady was there. Manning was there for 3 of those years.
His wide receivers were always worth a shot. Tyler Lockett. How many
Tyler
great
Lockett, yeah.
Tyler Lockett
Doug
seasons did
Baldwin
we get?
as well.
Doug Baldwin.
But the thing I like about Russell as well, though, whenever I had him, was he always seemed to peak around championship
Solid.
time.
Oh, brilliant.
Like he always got better as the season
Yeah.
went on, and seeing when you got into the cold weather, that's where he was in form.
Some of the stats are incredible. He's the only QB in history to throw for over 30 touchdowns and less than 15 interceptions in 4 straight seasons. That's pretty phenomenal. That stat. He
is
was the
incredible.
third QB in history to throw for 20 plus touchdowns for his first 3 seasons in the NFL. That guy was fantasy relevant from the get go.
But what round did they get him in? Because that's the same draft the Jags drafted Blaine Gabbert in at number 10 overall.
Him a lot higher.
Yeah, and I think Russ went in the. Okay, it's Thomas typing to check it out. I think Russ went in the 3rd round of that draft. I want to say they had signed Matt Flynn at the time. Do you remember the ridiculous contract they gave to Matt Flynn?
Oh, because he had one
75th
good game
overall
the season before.
70th, yeah, so 3rd round.
75th.
75th. Yeah, he was a 3rd round quarterback. Cam Newton came out of that draft. Blaine Gabbert came out of that draft, and then they waited a long time, and an actual good quarterback showed up in the 3rd round. I wish the Jags had have done that.
Hindsight's a great thing, though, isn't it?
But just an absolute dominant force in
The
in the
hype
NFL.
was, the hype was
and-
probably a big thing. Like a lot of teams are looking for like your big mobile quarterback, like your 6'3" to 6'6" in height, like your Josh Allens of the world. Russell Wilson, shortest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl.
yeah, and he
Another interesting thing.
and he nearly won 2 back to back.
And
If it wasn't for those
Just
pesky Patriots,
give Marshall Lynch the ball. Not fantasy relevant, but anyway.
not fantasy relevant, but you're also saying don't let Russell Wilson pass the ball.
It's on the 2-yard line. You've got this
Yeah.
behemoth of a man that is like a truck that is nearly
yes.
unstoppable. But
Th-
anyway.
This was more just like a note to anybody joining fantasy football now who kind of sees Russell Wilson and thinks, "Oh, Russell Wilson's rubbish." He's
No, he
because
was-
he has tarnished his legacy a little bit with the last 2 or 3 years of mediocrity.
Yeah.
But
Up until
This guy
Below
about 10 years
me,
ago was
yeah,
unbelievable.
Oh, I would argue right up
Unbelievable.
until 2021 when he left
Yeah.
Seattle, he was very fantasy relevant. He
Yeah.
was
Oh,
certainly,
100%.
I would say, in the top 10 class for QBs fantasy
Until-
wise, right up until the end.
until they handed the keys to Geno Smith, who will come up later as well. I'm sure. I've been told, been informed.
Why would he come up later? I have no idea.
We'll find out in our next segment.
What we got next?
We're gonna do a bit of fantasy football, forgive and forget. Like this is sometimes people get gripes about players who have wronged them in some way during their fantasy season, and they just never forgive them. They throw them in the trash and never draft them again. That might be wrong for some players. It might be right for other players. That's what we're going to discover now.
I mean, I do love a bit of pettiness, but yeah.
Do we forgive or do we forget these players? I am going to start just giving you a little. Well, no. How about yours? Seeing as your forgive might link into our last section. Do you want to give us a forgive or a forget?
Well, probably a slightly biased forgive here because if he wasn't at this current franchise, I probably wouldn't have him in this segment. But just hoping. But anyway, my forgive is Geno Smith. You could probably have guessed that, guys.
Woo! He had,
Now,
a
this guy-
stinker of a season.
Now here's a guy that threw 17 interceptions in 15 games he played last season. But say that's pretty bad. He was QB number 24 last season. That's also pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
And he was sacked 64 times,
Ooh, that's a lot of sacks.
which led the NFL last year. I would say that was mainly to do with his porous offensive line, which I have noted down here. It was definitely the worst in the league last year. The Jets was the third worst in the league, but we have tightened it up. I also think if you're looking, he was missing Brock Bowers for a good portion of last season. I feel as if the Jets have went and got young weapons for him. Now, Garrett Wilson is still a potential number 5 wide receiver in the league. Not saying he will
Top
be,
5, top
but
10. Yeah, okay.
if he gets the ball through
Potential.
him,
No.
he had,
No.
395 yards in 5 games last season. So he was on pace for 1,100 yards in the season.
Yes.
If you get him playing for 17 games, went out and got Kenyon Sadiq, went out, drafted back into the first round to get Omar Cooper Jr., had that great season
Good.
in
Like that.
Indiana. So that's
Like
2
that
young
trade.
weapons. Adonai Mitchell, I think, is going to be a surprise this season as well.
Okay, we'll maybe save
Yeah.
this for like a
Yeah, no,
like,
this
like
is-
a
this is
like a
gone way off
later
topic.
like a
'Cause he's not-
later
he's not-
episode.
He's not even talking about Geno
But
Smith anymore.
I'm just
Geno
giving you-
Smith
I'm just
has
giving
not
you- I'm just
incurred in
giving you
any of
examples-
this.
I'm just giving you examples of why I think he can be a top 16 QB fantasy wise.
Top
And if you
16?
forget
16?
top 16, he is going his average.
No, that's being
draft,
very,
his
like,
average draft
pessimistic.
position at the minute is 178. That is between 22 and 24 as a QB. I reckon he could be top 16 fantasy wise, if not a wee bit higher. And that is going to be great value.
Wanna
If
add-
you forgive and you get him down around pick 170, 180,
Want to ask the question, right? I'm gonna give you a would you rather have A or B?
okay.
Geno Smith or QB21 in drafts at the moment, Kyler Murray.
I'm going Geno.
Oof.
I'm going
That's a
Geno.
terrible,
I think
terrible.
that it
call.
is. It's naturally a wee bit biased. You've been at
That's
the Jets before. If I
biased.
get
If Kyler
if
Murray
we can
wins
get-
that job,
if we
he's
can
a
get
he's
the
a
Geno-
potentially a top 10 quarterback, and you're going
if we
Geno.
can get the Geno from Seattle, who is last year at Seattle, he was QB number 14. He was a top 10 QB the year before that, I believe. If we can get the Geno close to that, or even around number 14, I think you just have to write off what happened with the Raiders. This is where the forgive part happens.
Yeah. So
I would be
So
willing
you-
to forgive him.
you would draft him, is what you're saying. You
Yeah,
at
you're
the-
gonna
at-
pick
right
up
at this
Geno
time.
Smith.
If I was able to get him down at pick 170, absolutely. If
I
I was able
can-
to get him a
but
wee
you-
bit higher,
I can
probably.
guarantee
But you're
you're
probably-
going to get
but you're-
Geno Smith at 170.
But you're probably going to get him as your backup, right? You're not going to get him as your starter.
Yeah.
Or would you be happy starting Geno Smith week 1 of a fantasy season? Seeing as you're forgiving him and all.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's a
Ooh,
QB
there's a
that can
pause.
potentially win you matchups on any given week.
If
So he's a good
if-
streaming option
Oh,
more
so
than anything else.
He's a
on
great streamer.
any given
Yes.
week.
So
So,
that
if
would be
every
my
Yeah, 'cause
forgive.
the
A lot-
Jets do
I
have a
think
soft
lot of-
schedule, that's
I think a
fine.
lot of people out there, especially in fantasy leagues we play in, won't go and touch him.
Adam. That was a good forgive, except it was almost like a charity advert for Geno Smith. If you've got no other QBs that you want to have, try Geno.
Try Geno.
Jets are better this year.
Also depends
Hey,
on your draft strategy, but he would be my forgive.
Maybe your forgive.
He would be your
I'll
forgive.
go. I have a few
With a
other
waiver
forgives
wire.
here, but
You've only got one more.
I'll go one more. I've got a few. Oh man, it's between two.
Well, you got to pick one.
I've talked about him that much. I'm going DJ Moore.
I thought you were going to say Geno Smith.
DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore is my forgive.
Okay, interesting.
That was between
Interesting.
That's a
I'll
better.
not say what the
It's
other
a
one was
better
going to be
forgive.
because
Yeah.
you might have him
It's a
written
better one
down.
because DJ Moore might just end up being
No,
like
Yeah.
a
No, we
superstar
have-
this year.
we
Big
have-
quarterback.
Yeah, we
A
got
wee
our
mini
bet, yeah.
bit going on. You can disclose that at another point. But I believe that he's wide receiver number 1 material this year. He was wide receiver number 3 last year. I reckon the amount of targets he's going to get is going to increase. The amount of catches he's going to get, the amount of yards after the catch. I think going to an offense that's going to value him more. I think the fact the Bills are paying 15.5 of his 23.5 million as guaranteed money, and it's guaranteed for the next 2 years, that they see how relevant he's going to be for their offense for 2 years,
Oh, yeah.
which means he's going to be fantasy relevant for 2 years.
I do think he's.
I have him
I
in
do think he's a
dynasty.
2-year plan. I think he's
Yeah.
he's very much. They've got him on a 2-year contract because they're like, right, this is the end of our little Super Bowl window. Let's go and get an actual target we can do something with.
I have him in a dynasty league, and I will be starting that man week 1.
Just to clarify as well,
And
he
I
was
don't-
a
and I
wide
don't
receiver.
care that
He
they're
was
playing
a
the
wide
Texans
receiver
week
3
one.
last year, and he is. You want him to be a wide receiver 1, not the wide receiver 1.
I want him. I think he's potential top 10 wide receiver. He could potentially be the best wide receiver I have if he comes out with the yards and amount of touchdowns I think he can get.
That's
But I
fair.
think that's a good forgive.
I'd be happy to forgive him. We need to see where he's going in drafts. But also, I just have qualms. I'm just not sure Josh Allen's going to throw enough.
No,
Just bear in mind, last year he was wide receiver number 32 in fantasy.
Yeah.
So this is a big forgive.
But
But
Bears,
he will.
Bears offense.
I do believe he'll be close to top 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I reckon
like
there's a fair bump there. Anyway, that's my forgives.
That's your forgives. Well, do you want to give your forgives? Do you
I
have
think
anybody you're feeling
Everybody
very
needs
forgiveful?
needs to forgive this man because he had a bad season last year, but also he was drafted 1 or 2 overall and did not live up to the hype.
Oh,
Mr. Justin Jefferson, forgive
Mr.
him.
We've just talked about him. This is brilliant.
Justin
We'll link it
Jefferson.
back in.
Justin Jefferson.
Why is he dropping to the middle of the second round, guys?
No idea.
He
No
doesn't get
idea.
red zone targets.
No idea.
That's why.
He is.
Does he get them with Kyler Murray?
Do we know who his quarterback is the question. I mean, we do, but
Yeah.
they're just not going to announce it
They're,
for a wee while.
they're going to make it seem
Is
like
it
there's a
9?
whole. There's going to be a whole
Nine.
sort of.
yeah, the alter
He has
ego
9 throwing
of
to him.
JJ.
Yeah, we're going to
Probably
have a
not as
whole
fantasy
sort
relevant.
of postseason or preseason, QB fight, stealing the hype train on the Vikings for a while, and then they'll go Kyler, and then Justin Jefferson's going to be wide receiver 1 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I like it.
Where does
I like it.
JJ McCarthy go? But yes, no, that's
His ADP at the minute is 14. That is an absolute steal if you
Like
get
he
him
had
at 14.
one bad season.
yeah. He still has
he's-
to go in the first round. If
Yeah.
people aren't drafting him at the end of a first round, then you're doing something wrong.
If he's still there by pick 7 or 8, I'm just like,
Yeah, he's not.
Probably will be.
Yeah,
He
he's
will.
not. He's
Yeah.
an automatic.
As I say,
But,
like
like,
average draft position he's being picked is 14 at the minute.
but like, I mean, I find it struggle to name, more than 7 or 8 players I would probably take over him.
It's the thing. Like again, we'll go through it in the mock draft later on. But the obvious ones are like Jamar Chase, Puka Nakua, JSN, and then you've got a few running backs there.
Amon-Ra.
So yeah, and Amon. Do you pick him over Amon-Ra and Brown? It's debatable as well. So it's going to be a toss up. It's going to be interesting to see. We'll randomize a draft later and see where we end up. But yeah,
Obviously,
it's
Garrett
gonna be
Wilson, you're taking above him. Come on, guys.
No, not a chance.
I don't think I'm ready to forgive.
And Adonai Mitchell.
My next forgive, Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
He
Why do we
was-
all need to
he
forgive
was
Scary Terry?
Interesting one.
He was scary bad last year, but it was just a complete collapse of the Commanders.
It was a lost year for the Commanders.
I honestly, and I think he's one of the sort of victims of it.
Yeah.
Most of all, I know there's like Jaden Daniels as well, but he had injuries and things like that. But Terry played a lot, didn't get a lot. He's still like honestly. See when he gets
paid last off season.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say it's that. Oh, it's that pay. Now he's been paid slump. So it's just like I don't want to try as hard because I got the money coming in.
Yeah. He was like trying to get the
I was
to get
trying
the
to
money.
get the big deal, and then now that I got it,
I think he was playing hurt a lot of the year. Obviously, Jaden Daniels,
Yeah.
if he wasn't playing hurt, was actually hurt. So
Yeah.
it's just it can't go worse
No.
this year than it did last year.
No.
It's just whether he gets back to being a 1,000+
Yeah.
yard, touchdown machine. But
But the thing is
we'll
he
see.
might be a steal.
He might be.
And I think, because, we're talking about these sort of players that should go in the higher rounds. He's always been that sort of second or third
Yeah.
round guy. Might drop down to like 4 or
like
5.
like third or fourth.
There,
Third
there
or fourth
could be
round. Yeah.
definite fantasy value in
Yeah.
that. Jaden Daniels, the rumor as well is that he's going to have less carries. He's going to run the ball less. They're going to try to protect him more. What does that mean? He's going to throw the ball more. Rather, they're talking about like a 25% decrease in run attempts.
He's going to be a pocket. Well, they're going to try to make him into a pocket passer, which if they succeed, is really weird to say, but it is both great for fantasy for guys like Scary Terry and absolutely terrible for Jaden Daniels for fantasy.
His stock
Because
value is going right down.
his entire thing is his legs. If he runs for 1,000 yards a year, that's it. That's all you need for fantasy relevance.
Well, what did he run in his rookie season? Like 800 yards?
800 and something. Yeah, he was breaking records then. Like he's a potential 1,000-yard rusher, and we're going to put
I
him in the
remember
pocket.
you done a trade with me early last
Tried to
season
get
in
him
one
last
of the
year.
leagues. You gave me Jamar Chase and you took Jaden Daniels.
Yes,
And
by the way, this was a 4-person league, so it wasn't as crazy.
Yeah,
a
that
trade.
was our mess about.
It wasn't
that
as
was our mess
crazy
about
a
the-
trade as we're
But
making.
still,
it.
Doesn't
it's
take
just
it
to show that
seriously.
You seen real fantasy value in him in such a condensed league. You're like, I have to get that.
I think
QB that can run
Jaden
the ball.
Daniels is great. He's far,
Whereas I
he's
was
far
like,
better. for
I kind of
get him in
love
the pocket.
Jamar Chase for fantasy. I'll take
Yeah.
him.
But yes, I would forgive.
I'm going to
Scary
get
Terry.
forgive Scary.
Yeah,
Okay.
very good.
I've got a couple of wide receivers. I might always like package them together. But
Ooh, go for it.
but the first one, which is the one that we're going to maybe discuss less, Devonta Smith. I'm ready to forgive Devonta Smith.
Well, now that he's a wide receiver 1, yeah.
Yeah, no, especially now that he's a
Yeah.
wide receiver 1. Even with like Mackay Lemon coming in and all of this kind of stuff, and Jalen Hurts not passing us, but he frustrated the heck out of me last year. This is why I'm saying I'm ready to forgive him, because he actually hurt me last year. Down the stretch, down like that last 6 or 7 games of the season, he was worthless. He was so bad, but I had to start him every week because he was like my wide receiver 2. So I was in a league where there's a potential I could win if he got more than 3 points a week, but he didn't. So he's actually hurt me physically, emotionally and physically, potentially.
emotionally, mentally, yeah.
But now I'm saying that, right, listen, you're the wide receiver 1 this year. I'm giving you one more chance, put you in my team, and you better be a reliable week-to-week starter. That's what I'm saying.
That's coming straight out of your therapist's mouth, isn't it?
I've had many hours.
many sessions sitting
Yeah.
on a sofa,
Yeah.
just ranting around
Yeah.
Devonta Smith.
Yeah. They were a
I
big
can imagine.
they were a
Yeah.
big Eagles fan, so they
Yeah.
really talked me around.
Yeah, they.
It's like Nick Sirianni was my therapist. He's like, believe in him.
Hey, don't worry.
Believe in Devonta
Hey,
Smith.
Matthew, for you, we're going to get rid of AJ Brown. He's going to be our focal
Yeah.
point. Trust him. Forgive him.
And flipping Slenderman looking guy down there is going to catch all the passes. Cool, fair enough. Yeah, so I'm ready to
Phil
forgive.
Sips
I like
has
that-
had
I like that
potential to take off the true wide receiver number 1.
Oh yeah. I drafted him. I think in the
So,
4th round of a league
Will
last year,
this be
and I
your
thought he was a
last year
value.
forgiving him if he doesn't step up?
Listen, if I draft him as say my second wide receiver this year,
Yep,
and he has the same kind of inconsistent like nonsense as last year,
that's him.
he's dead to me. That's it. He does not exist on my draft. People will be like, "Why are you letting Devonta Smith fall so far?" And I'm going to
I'll
go,
take
"Who?
anybody else now.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Who? Never
Why am I
heard-
letting this blank
Never
space on my
heard of him.
draft board fall?"
It's Bam Knight all over again.
Bam Knight. I forgot him a long time ago.
He's not even.
Zonovan Knight.
He's not even in any of our forgive and forgets because we just don't know the name anymore.
He's lost Bam. He's lost it. Bam doesn't exist. He's Zonovan Knight. and he's rubbish. Right.
I forgot about Bam.
Right.
Sorry, Jonathan.
Oh man.
Go on. Who's your next forgive?
Oh,
I'm not forgiving the Cardinals for paying Tyler Algier so that I go out and trade from a dynasty league, and then they draft possibly the best running back to come out of the draft like ever. I'm not forgiving them for that.
it's certainly,
ridiculous.
Certainly the best since Barkley.
It's
I would say,
terrible.
Yeah.
Rubbish for my fantasy team.
but it's such a pity though, because like Tyler Algier does have potential upside if he goes to a franchise that just lets him be the running back number 1 for the year.
Yeah.
Now they have James Conner, Tyler Algier,
Jeremiah Love.
and Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. And Love's going to be the number 1 straight away.
Jeremiah Love's great. Yeah. If you missed our draft episode, that's pretty much the bullet point. Jeremiah Love is fantastic at football. The Cardinals are not. Right. My other forgive, and this guy does have a special place in my heart. It's Brian Thomas Jr.
No, don't forgive him.
Oh,
And-
absolutely do forgive that
Absolutely.
guy.
And I mean,
The-
it's another. It's
Trevor
another.
Lawrence doesn't even like
I couldn't
him.
agree with Matthew more.
It's
on this.
another. It's another personal one because I drafted him in the first round of a lot of drafts last year. I had him in like 2 or 3 teams.
You have him in a lot of teams, actually.
I actually tried to trade for him in a couple of leagues. Thank goodness those trades didn't go through because my entire future would have been. But anyway, I believe he's going to have a bounce back. Maybe not to like that first round draft capital kind of level, but people are projecting, maybe down around like the 600-700 yard kind of mark. That's not really the guy he's typically been. He's been the go ball kind of like, if he goes off, he's going to go off. And I believe he still has that capacity to go for over 1,000 yards. I still believe he has that capacity to go for 10 plus touchdowns. We'll see, but I'm not ready to give up on Brian Thomas Jr. The Jags aren't giving up on him.
The reports in the offseason are very, very good about him.
If he learns
The
more
reports
routes,
last offseason were not very good about him. Ended up being a pretty mediocre season for him.
Yeah.
I think the fact that the reports are very good within camp this time,
yeah, he's just got.
the outlook is very good.
He just has a very limited route tree, and this is the thing that he's got to kind of develop. That his route tree is vertical, so he runs goes or he runs posts. That's pretty much it. He runs the odd dig in the middle of the field. That's it. So if they can kind of develop that, where he can run a lot more stuff closer to the line, where he can get himself open, where he can play out of the slot, that's where he develops. And he's got by far the biggest upside of any Jags receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But
Like Parker Washington's great. Jacoby Myers is great, but they're good at just catching the ball, kind of stop in and around that like 800, 900 yard kind of mark is where I see them as their ceiling. Brian Thomas has a far bigger ceiling.
Brian Thomas's upside is like 1,500.
I think Brian Thomas, he needs to earn the forgiveness. I don't think he's just ready to just put on that forgive list. Because here's the thing, right? Trevor Lawrence lost faith in him last year. The amount of drops, unopened passes, mistakes that he made, Trevor Lawrence and him fell out. They were a shambles last year. Unless their reports are saying, oh, these are good because they've gone to couples counseling and they've patched up their issues.
They do go to the lake house every summer.
And Brian Thomas has
probably
suddenly
get on
got
well.
hands that have made of super glue. Then I'm going to be like, okay, I can see him catching a few of these under pressure
not that-
balls.
like the thing that scared me as a Jags fan last year, and part of the reason that like there were all these trade rumors coming out, and I wasn't against like us trading him away, is because it's not necessarily that he couldn't catch the ball; it's that he seemed scared of contact. So the ball was being thrown into contested situations, which Trevor Lawrence does all the time, which all quarterbacks do all the time. But Trevor kind of like he will try to like thread the needle, or he'll try to throw a contested ball to the outside. If you're scared of contact, you're not making any catches.
Yeah, and that's going to happen.
So that's
going to happen.
So that's
this
the issue.
year.
He's got to kind of work on that and just put his body on the line,
Which has he been doing?
which he might do.
I mean,
He's a big
I-
he's a
you
big
might-
he's a big
you're
dude.
gonna- you're
Forgive
gonna-
him here?
yeah,
He's
but
a big dude.
he's got to earn the forgiveness.
I'm opening up my heart, Thomas.
There are a
I'm
few
opening-
people that I am ready to forgive, but he is one who's got to earn it.
But listen, when we get to the mock draft later, we'll see
Yeah.
where he's falling in drafts. He is plummeting in drafts.
Yeah,
so I'm ready to
yeah.
take him in like the 5th or 6th round. I'm not saying that I'm going to burn like a 2nd or 3rd round pick on him.
I think his ADP is 83. I think he's one below Jacoby Myers.
83. That's
yeah.
so low.
Yeah.
That's so low.
But I would take him.
That's like 7th or 8th round.
Parker Washington's 97. So
Yeah.
just
So-
consider how close your wide receiver number 3
So
is.
that is the question. You're sitting there
Oh, yeah, take
at
him.
83, 84.
Yeah.
Are you
That
taking
is-
him or Jacoby Myers? You're taking him
I'd take him
every day of the week.
Yeah, But I wouldn't
that is value
play
for
him.
your buckler.
You'd
Have him
have
sitting
him
on
as
my
like your wide
bench.
receiver 4
until he's had like
And
two.
then, yeah.
Until he has two.
Is your wide receiver
Yeah.
4?
Until he has like two
Well, no,
consistent
but
weeks.
that's what I'm saying.
You know, where he's
that's what I'm
getting
saying. Where you
targets and
draft him,
catches.
where you
Yeah.
draft him here, if you draft him in the late 7th, early 8th, or something like that,
Flip it,
he
right?
could potentially be your 3rd or 4th wide receiver. You don't need him to go off at the start of the season.
No.
But if as you say, he
But
has a
then the-
boom week,
Yeah.
But the
Throw him in.
upside
Oh,
is
exactly.
there for wide receiver
Yeah.
1, wide receiver 2
Yeah.
on a fantasy lineup. So
Down the
that
line,
is perfect.
whenever people
I
will
like
be
it.
ready
I like
to
it.
forgive him.
Xavier Worthy,
No.
forget that man.
Are you kidding?
Ooh.
With the Rashi Rice issue, he's going to be wide receiver
Okay,
number
maybe
1
this
on the
one
Chiefs.
was longer than it should.
that
He's going to be like wide receiver number 1
is
for the
interesting.
Chiefs. so far.
Rasheed Rice?
I think I am ready to forget him.
You think
Rasheed
you are?
Rice
Yeah.
missed part of last season as well. Xavier Worthy ended up being wide receiver number 59 last season.
Yeah, with that missed time for Rasheed Rice, with all the targets from Mahomes,
24%
yeah, he really
at
struggled.
the end of our fantasy league. 24% of teams were starting him, so obviously other teams were losing a lot of faith as well. He had season highs of 83 receiving yards in a game and 38 rush yards in one game. That was in week 4.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't get higher than 83 receiving yards. That was as a wide receiver number 1 for a portion of the season.
Valid.
In a high-powered offense. Well,
Yeah.
was a high-powered
It
offense
wasn't
at
a
that point.
high-powered offense.
Forget that, man.
Yeah, wasn't really. It
But
wasn't
he's
a,
so fast though.
and he wasn't a
Have you
good-
seen him run?
I
He's
care
so
about his
fast.
4.21.
and it wasn't a
And did you
good
see him in
season.
get open?
Did you see him in the Super Bowl like a few years ago? He was incredible.
Aye, because the end of round runs not as a receiver. And that wasn't during the regular season, which isn't fantasy relevant.
But yeah, no, I am.
Okay, fair,
I
yeah.
don't think I'm going to draft him in any leagues, so I say I'm ready to forget.
I
Who's your next
definitely
one?
will not be looking at him. Plus, I picked him pretty high last year. I think it was in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yes,
and
he
done
burned you big. He
absolutely
burned you big.
nothing.
Okay, that's fair.
So
Those are some 3rd-degree burns,
yeah,
boys.
that is a blank space on
Okay.
my board.
Oh, okay.
Next one's Troy Franklin. I'm going to
Troy
forget him this year.
Troy Franklin.
Forget him. Jalen Waddle.
forget him?
The Jalen Waddle.
He's
trade.
my favorite.
He is
waiver wire
wide receiver number 3 at best in Denver this year, and he's not even guaranteed wide receiver number 3
Troy
spot.
Franklin. I am
So it
sad
means
to
he's
see.
not going to be on the field as much as he was last season. You're going to get Jalen Waddle taking up a humongous amount of loose targets.
I think Thomas doesn't even know who he is.
He's named a player to forget that nobody knows.
Well, you've already forgotten him. This is the thing because he
Yeah.
was on like so many of our waiver wire kind of pickup things last year because he had several spike weeks. But yeah, he's now in a
Yeah. Okay. Forget
bit
Troy.
of a congested kind of wide receiver room, and yeah, I'm
So, yeah,
sad to see him go, but I've forgotten him
I
already.
just think there's absolutely no value to him. Whenever a lot of people were talking that,
No value to
about
who?
him.
Anyway, moving
There
on.
we go. Go on. That's mine. Forget them.
All right, Adam. Let me show you how to do this without talking. Alvin Kamara. Dead.
Fair enough.
Next one is
Agreed.
controversial.
I'm not even going to say anything. That's it.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, I don't know.
This is
I
two.
just don't
This is
know.
2 seasons.
Lucky you went for the quiet one first because
Yeah.
this is going to be a 10-minute discussion.
Yeah, two seasons where he's been like really hyped, really hyped.
I still just
know.
I still just think he's great though.
I just,
Like he's got
if
the potential,
Jacoby-
Thomas.
if
The
Jacoby is
potential.
throwing the ball
I mean,
this year, with
but like,
And he's only like
is.
20.
but when I
What age is he?
when I say forget him, I mean
Oh,
he's
he must
you
only
know,
be his 4th year, Matthew.
Do you mean
you know,
like
when
don't,
we- when we
don't
s-
draft him this year? Is that what you're saying?
when I say forget him, I'm like, okay, ignore him. But if he is there, like on your last pick, and you're
No,
just
no,
filling
no.
a spot,
This is forget.
Maybe, yeah.
We forgot.
Well, he's not going to be there on your last pick. Like that's
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. But I understand kind of where you're coming from. It's like if you're choosing between him and Michael Wilson, who's going
I'm gonna-
probably a
yeah,
lot
I'd-
later in
yeah,
drafts,
pick Michael Wilson. Yeah,
then you would probably go Michael Wilson because
Yeah.
he's shown that he can. Well, it depends who the starting quarterback is. Because the Cardinals are going to be an absolute mess if Brissett doesn't get that issue sorted out with the whole contract situation, and it's Gardner Minshew and Carson Beck thrown to them. I don't want any of them.
yeah.
Like I love Gardner Minshew, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he can support a wide receiver, even wide receiver 2 at this point in his career.
But I think Harrison is someone you forget until he does something.
Yeah.
I think he's
I think there's
2 years of no hype.
I think there's such potential value in getting him in this draft.
I'm with you for this year, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like I genuinely think.
You think it's a QB issue? That's why
No,
you're working for this year?
I think that the Cardinals will lose people leagues this year. Like in so many ways, I think Jeremiah Love is going to be overdrafted because people are going to be taking him in the first round, and they can't sustain the first round running back because they're not going to score any points.
Yeah, it could be like Ashton Genty last year.
People are going to be drafting Trey McBride still really early. Can he have the same kind of fantasy success in a
If
team that's
Jacoby's
just
throwing
not
the
doing
ball, yeah.
anything? If Jacoby's throwing the ball again is the big issue.
2,500 yards in his first 2 seasons. That's unbelievable for a tight end.
But I still just think you're going to be disappointed with
Yeah.
with every single member of this team, and Marvin Harrison again. I think you're going to be
I
disappointed
think
with.
you just forget him this year.
So I'm willing to remove him from my draft board this
So
year. Thanks for helping me out.
Are you your bit of advice is don't draft any Cardinals too high
I don't think I will draft a single Cardinal. I think there's always
unless they fall.
I think there's always going to be somebody better, unless like say I'm at the start of the third round and Trey McBride's dropped there. I'll take Trey McBride because
I think,
probably
like,
the best thing available there.
I think the thing with Trey McBride though is his upside is he is so much beyond any other tight end, so much beyond any other tight end that he is equivalent to like a wide receiver
Yeah.
2 or 3.
It's true.
And but like all
Based
the
off
other,
last
all the other
year,
tight
yeah.
ends were just like
Yeah.
he was like several hundred points ahead
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
So it's kind of a case of, well, even if he drops and he's gonna lose half the points he had last year,
Yeah,
he's still gonna be tight end number 4 or 5 or something.
still going to be a
like
top,
that,
top tight end.
you
Yeah,
know.
no, I'm willing. Trey McBride's probably the only one I'm willing to
But if he's
include
tight
in
end,
there.
if he's tight end 4 or 5 and you're drafting him at like pick number 18, that's not going to cut it. He needs to be tight end number 1. Anyway, what's
Yeah,
next?
no, my forgets are pretty straightforward. We're not going to waste too much time on them. I drafted JJ McCarthy last year, so he's gone.
Yeah, forget him.
And I'm Mark Andrews. This might
Yeah,
be slightly
forget him.
controversial because
No.
he is the tight end 1 now again with the Ravens, but he was just so. If he was good, it was only in very like small kind of bursts last
Yeah.
year. And he wasn't worth having for fantasy football.
I think I don't know
Apart
what it
from
is.
that game against Miami last year, did he get like 2 or 3 receiving touchdowns? But
I don't know. I probably benched him for that game.
I
That's the
know, I
thing.
know Jackson was off for a lot of the last season.
Yeah.
But like for me, he's always been Mark Andrews has been his sort of TD target, his go-to guy, his red zone sort of threat.
What age is Mark Andrews now?
Oh,
He
I
must
think-
be
I think he's
32, 33, no?
he would be in his 30s.
Because I think there's something about like that age cliff as well, and we can talk about it with Travis Kelce because I mean
He's
I
30.
think, but I think Travis Kelce
30?
He's only
Yeah.
he's only 30.
He's
He's
only
got a
30.
few
He was
years.
drafted. He was drafted a couple
You
of
may
years
not
after.
forget him as quickly as you thought.
No, I'm still going to
But,
forget
like,
him. I'm still
I-
never going to draft him again. I've got him on a dynasty league, and I'm trying to ship him.
I think
Nobody will take him.
since that
Reach out to me, please.
since that playoff.
I have
drop-
4 tight ends, and he is one of them.
You
since
have
that
4 tight ends?
Or maybe I only have 3 now, but he is definitely one of them. Randy Gadsden breakout the year. Woo! David and Joku.
I think I have 3 tight ends, to be fair, in my dynasty side. So
Yeah. So that is
I can't say too much.
us. We forgive. We've forgotten.
Yeah,
I don't even.
I completely disagree with his forgive of Geno Smith. That is just
don't even know. There's like
wild.
Who were forgets again?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Let's do
Yeah.
this.
don't
right?
know them. Don't know
Doesn't
them.
matter.
We're going to talk like last year. We kind of did a rundown of all of the rules, all of the everything, the ins and outs of
Yeah.
being in a league. What we kind of think about leagues, about what way we're setting them up, about what point scoring system we're using. So we're just going to break that down again and just have a few debates with it. So we've got the kicker debate. When I say the kicker debate, a lot of people don't even want kickers in their fantasy teams, in their fantasy
Remove
leagues.
them.
So the question is, do we remove them and add an extra flex spot, or do we keep them in
Yes.
for a bit of fun?
Yes.
Are those the only
Quick-
two options?
Quick discussion.
What would you do with kickers?
I would do, and this is where I get controversial. I would swap the way defense scoring and like kicker scoring is done. So kickers start on 10 points.
Oh right, okay.
And
They're
then-
doing it like a
Yeah,
like
as
a
in like
defense.
they're
Okay.
fixed
Oh,
points.
so there's instant value
So
to
there's
them?
instant value to them, and the only way they get additional points if it's above 50 or 60-yard kicks, like 1 or 2. But any misses, they lose 5.
5 points for a
Yeah, 5
miss.
points for a
That's-
miss.
Wow, accuracy.
Yeah,
coming
but
in big.
there
They're not being, like-
PAT points, no sort of within like 40-yard chip shots. I know they're not really chip shots, but like you're actually getting instant value.
You're getting rid of the extra point machines. The guys who are on really good offenses
Yeah.
who just come on and just
who just
kick
coming
and
in
get like
just
6 points
yeah,
at the end
get
of
6 points just because their team's really good.
Yeah.
Things like that, and you're sort of rewarding the
cannon legs, like Cam
exactly
Little.
the kickers who are like really driving the value.
No, I just want kickers removed.
See, the
But
fact-
that was-
I
but
just
also
think
that was-
I just think there's less skill in drafting them as well. I think if you opened up that extra flex spot, it creates a wee bit more skill in your draft.
think that is it to a certain degree. Like it's to me a bit of like a
Makes it more
random chance
interesting.
kind of thing. Like like everybody will just draft them towards the end of their draft, and it's a bit fluky the way you get points, and
in
you
the-
don't really like flukiness
In
in
our
fantasy
dynasty
football.
draft, I still don't have a defense or a kicker. I'm just going to pick those up as they come.
I don't have a
That's
kicker in my
fair.
dynasty side at
Just-
the minute.
that's
I
fair.
don't-
It's just-
I
it's
do
just
not
something I'm
care
not-
about kickers.
Yeah, not even thinking about. Like
So-
it's
so-
one position I don't do
so-
research on. One position I don't care about who their matchups are against. Like there's nothing about it. I just make sure I've got an active kicker because
And
it might get me somewhere between
I just
Yeah.
look,
7 to 15 points.
And this is kind of becoming the norm. So we're talking about the kicker debate for anybody who's like coming into fantasy football for the first time or whatever. It used to be just like everybody had a kicker. Nobody really discussed it. It was just like you drafted your team. You had quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, a kicker, and a defense. You always had a kicker and a defense. They were typically your last 2 picks in the draft. But more fantasy leagues now are starting and just adding an extra flex spot or a 2 quarterback league or something instead of a kicker. So it does seem to be the norm.
I think just get rid of kicker. I don't think you need to add an extra flex spot. Just get rid of the kicker.
no.
Because
People
I
people
like
more spots, just more points, but it depends on the size of your league as well. If it's a 10 person league, I'm adding in a flex spot. If it's a 14 or 16 person league, I'm happy just taking the flex spot I've got.
I kind of like having less spots only because then there's more, like there's a lot more fun on the waiver wire.
You kind of want your spots right on the edge.
Yeah.
You want people struggling for spot starts
Yeah.
on any given week so that you've got the waiver wire thing.
But I don't want to have to look at, here's all the waiver wire pickups we should have, and then realize nobody's on there because we've got too many spots on our teams,
Yeah.
and there's just
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with you.
But on kicker debate, I'd say get rid of them and just get rid of them.
Moving on.
or do my score.
We've drawn a line there. Kicker debate. No kickers.
Perfect.
They're dead to us. Forgotten. Bang. Next one.
We forgot them as well.
So then we're on to the PPR of it all. Leagues always used to be standard scoring. Used to be no PPR. Standard scoring on every platform was just nobody gets points for catches. Now everybody gets points for catches. Discuss. Should we give points for catches?
No,
No.
no, I don't.
No?
Like, I don't. I'm not a fan.
Your
of-
yards and your touchdowns.
But the standard scoring now is PPR.
I know,
You know.
but if you're,
I
I don't lean very heavily on that side, but my preference would be
Half PPR is kind of where a lot of leagues
Yeah,
fall. Our leagues
this
fall
is
half
this is a
PPR.
compromise that I'm happy enough with. I don't want to
Yeah.
get like an extra point for someone just catching the ball.
Yeah.
You know,
Where I kind of agree with it to a certain extent. Again, it depends on your league. If you've got more people in your league, if you've got a 14-person league, it might be beneficial to have PPR because you're going to have deeper rosters. You're going to be picking like wide receiver 3s, and it's
Yeah.
good to get some value for
Yeah.
them.
I think it adds an extra dimension of what you're looking for
Yeah.
whenever it comes to waiver wires, because you're always, one of the things you talked about was targets and catches
Yeah,
and things like
yeah.
that.
Targets and catches
And
become
that
massively
adds-
valuable.
And that's only valuable for PPR.
Mm-hmm.
It's also valuable in regular leagues because it means they're probably getting yards and things like
Yeah.
that. But especially when you're like talking about that dimension.
Yeah. When you're saying again, bringing up like a jag because that's all I know. But the Jacoby Myers of it all. Jacoby Myers, not a great wide receiver for fantasy. Good wide receiver for PPR leagues because he's getting 10 targets a game.
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir, not a great week in week out starter on a standard scoring league, but on a non-standard PPR, he's great because he gets
Yeah.
like a dozen targets.
But I
it also it changes what way you'll draft running backs as well. Who's a
Yeah.
good pass catcher?
True. Yeah, the PPR helps for Christian McCaffrey, for example. It doesn't,
Oh,
it doesn't really help
Pound.
between the tackles. runner.
absolutely obliterates Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Derrick Henry struggles in that
Yeah.
situation. Does not get
But
passes.
I like half point PPR. I don't.
Yeah,
like,
I would say
I don't
I
like
prefer
full
half
point.
point PPR to
I
full
don't like-
PPR.
yeah.
If you were to do it between PPR and no points per reception,
Did you
I
know this,
don't
by the way? I'm
think
going to throw out 2 really random, like, running back catching kind of stats. Do you know that Trevor Lawrence has the lowest check down rate in the NFL? He
Did not do that.
doesn't check down to running backs. Anytime he passes to a running back, more or less is a designed.
That is
Passing
very good to know.
And did you know that running backs catching from Baker Mayfield, 100% catch rate for like the last 2 years?
That's pretty cool.
It's crazy.
I mean,
100% catch rate.
Relevant.
I mean, Bucky
So,
Irving.
yeah,
still
Bucky
sucks.
Irving,
Yeah,
exactly.
it
That
still
is- that
sucks.
is
Because they will
massively
design, they will
relevant.
design things to get him open, or he will be the last look on a check down. But Baker Mayfield isn't throwing it over his head; he's throwing it straight to his hands. Away he goes. Anyway, that's my random thing there.
But half
are we
half
for
point PPR?
standard scoring? We think should be half point. We're going
Yeah,
straight down the middle.
I think
we're making
straight
our
down
own,
the middle. Yeah,
we're making our own
I
league
think that
rules
should be
here.
the
Yeah, I
sort
can
of standard.
I can
yeah.
get on board with half PPR. Yeah.
What's the optimum number of people? How many people are we having in our league? Is there an optimum number?
I like.
I 10.
12.
10.
I'm on Matthew's side.
Yeah,
To be fair,
12 makes it a bit more.
I was thinking
I
between.
really enjoy a
competitive.
12 person league. I really enjoy an 8 as well. I'm going halfway.
Going halfway. Okay.
I'm going
I
halfway.
like 12 because then if you do divisions in the playoffs,
I
there's
think
that. You've got
yeah.
6 and 6.
Once-
you haven't got
once
5
you-
and 5, and then there's someone doing bye
Yeah,
weeks.
true.
I hate the bye week nonsense in sort of fancy playoffs.
I think anything above 12 is really tough.
I was in a league coming out of university that it's the league's still going now, but it's a lot fewer players. People keep dropping every year, but it started off as 20, a 20-player league. It was hectic.
Yeah.
Like by round 6, you were drafting backups.
Yeah.
Like you were really struggling.
By round 2, you're probably like on third string wide. You know,
Oh,
third string
if you have
players,
the
you know.
if you have the first overall pick, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, sweet, this is brilliant, and then you've got the 40th overall pick as your next pick.
You'd almost rather be in that sort of high 10s, you know.
And you're sitting there for like a day, like waiting on this pick coming around. You're like, holy smokes. And then you pick twice, and then you're waiting another.
I think that's one thing you should talk about when you have a number of teams, how long they get to pick to draft.
Like 5 seconds.
Like, honestly, he uses on the first round, like if you've got a minute and a half,
Yeah.
he's using the full minute.
Oh, we know-
And
we-
it's the first round.
We have a few
You know
people
who
like that.
you know who you're going to go for on the first round.
It just
You
depends
know who
where
you
you're
go-
picking. It depends.
You know where
who's
you're
dropped.
picking-
It changes your strategy.
So we've got a 12-person league, is what we're saying. 12-person.
12 person.
Half
I would
PPR,
have went.
No
yeah.
kickers. No
What
kickers.
would you have thought, Nathan? You say Belize guys 12, 10, 12.
He loves
You
a
go more.
12-person league. I know him.
Yeah.
I'd like 10 because it's less than 12, less competition.
What about our quarterbacks?
I like 10 because it's less than 12.
What about our how are we working our passing TDs on our interceptions? What way are we working that? Because there's some leagues that give the full 6 points to the quarterback for a passing touchdown. Some leagues are like, nah, he only gets 4. How do you feel?
No, I think the QB should only get 4 points for a passing TD. It needs to be on the player who's scoring the
Adam
TD.
is on-
Quarterbacks have to be
Adam
a wee
is on
bit
that.
more powerful.
No,
It's the most important position in the game. It should be your most important fantasy.
I
decision,
like
potentially.
the 6, but I only like the 6 if it's also like buffeted with a -3 for an interception.
Yeah, I was
That's
going
where
to
I
say
like it.
six
You
and
punish an
-3.
interception harsher, and you so it means that your Jameis Winston's of the past who go out and throw 50 touchdowns, they're not that powerful because they throw 30 interceptions. You know,
Yeah.
like that's you've got to
Oh,
balance
nice.
it. There's checks and balances.
I think 6 and 3.
I like no.
Or sorry, 6 and
Four,
-3
four
is
and
good.
-4 and -2.
4 and
Not
-2.
five.
4 and -2.
So this is where like the Josh Allens and Lamar Jackson and everything are just like
Yeah, this
right
is
at the top of the board, and the Joe Burrows are dropping.
Yeah,
Who is potentially the best quarterback in the league.
Joe Burrow,
Is being
Baker Mayfield,
vastly
dropping.
undervalued.
Jared Goff might not as well not exist. Matthew Stafford,
Could
is
be.
minus rushing yards.
QB number 9 last year, Jared Goff.
QB
That's pretty fancy relevant.
ain't winning your league.
He did win me one.
Ain't winning your league. Trevor Lawrence won you that league. Excuse
Well,
you.
he played the last game.
Trevor,
Jared Goff played.
Trevor
the
Lawrence
rest
played
of
the last game.
matchups.
If
Wait,
Trevor
what's
Lawrence-
the most important game
Yeah.
in a
If Jared-
championship
yeah, no,
season?
yeah,
It might be the championship.
yeah. And he's
If I
played
had
Trevor
played,
Lawrence.
if I had played Jared Goff,
Oh, Jared Goff took us to a Super Bowl, but it's okay.
To-
Trevor Lawrence won us the Super Bowl.
To
Jared,
be-
well done.
to be fair, if I had played Jared Goff, I still would have won, but by like half a point.
And if you
It
played,
would have been.
played Trevor Lawrence all of last year, you probably still made it to the playoffs. Because he was actually
It
quite
all
good.
worked out. Jared Goff. there to win me a
So
title.
anyway, we'll stop having a silly Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff debate.
You know the way we argued with Adam about bringing the Jets into every conversation? Him with some random Jags fact
Oh, no.
or Trevor Lawrence
No.
fact.
I've actually been pretty
We've
good
just had
not
oh yeah
mentioning
Trevor Lawrence won you your last league. Literally the one thing we were talking about before
Trevor's
was
checkdowns.
oh yeah Trevor checkdowns.
Trevor.
This was a guy trying to give Jared Goff some love, and I cannot allow it.
Trevor and his fake haircuts. Trevor. Oh.
What a beautiful, beautiful man. Anyway, we'll move on. The last one that we haven't used Fab. Have you heard of Fab? FAAB.
What
It's
is
a
that?
Free agent acquisition budget is what it is, and it's the way most leagues now are working the waiver wire. Because we had debates between ourselves about what way to work a waiver wire because some people don't know how.
That'll change this year.
And yeah, this kind of takes that all out of it. You get like, say it's $100 at the start of the year, $200, and each week you bid on the top waiver wire targets based off how valuable they are to you in particular. So you could go out week one of just waiver wire and go like, I really need a running back. I'm going to put $70 on this guy who's the top waiver running back. But that means you've only got 30 for the rest of the year, or 130 depending on what your total budget is, and it takes out that whole randomness of the waiver wire.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I love that.
I do.
Because I if we're doing
A
waiver
lot,
wire,
a lot of people do like reverse standings order and stuff.
yeah, if we're doing waiver wire, like it starts off at the start of the season, reverse standings, and then it sort of refreshes as the waiver wire picks are done in.
You prefer
Not-
the rolling waivers?
yeah,
as they call
rolling
them.
waivers, yeah,
Rolling
not
waivers.
like refreshed on a weekly basis. So the last person in last gets the first pick every week is the stupidest thing
Adam's sort of he's like
I've ever like.
a politician behind the mic.
Only an idiot would set their league up that way.
It was the first year of the league, guys.
Yeah.
He's
Only-
he didn't
only
win
an
it.
idiot.
He was a
It's
rookie
okay. Neither did
commissioner.
I,
You
by
give
the
him
way.
a break. You give him a break.
Yeah,
Neither
but
did
no,
I.
it yeah, rolling waivers.
Rolling
way to do
waivers
it.
or
but I
fab.
like the fab.
No, I would be a fan of giving that a go. And
Yeah.
you, like,
Yeah, that is the plan for the crowding the mic league. But we'll get to that. Maybe we'll start inviting in listeners. We'll get more listeners and invite them in. Have a listener league.
Could we also change defensive point scoring in our league?
Oh right, okay. So what? Right, okay. We need to hear what your radical defensive scoring thing
Okay.
is. Then
You know the way I
Seeing
was
as
saying. You
you've
know
been
the way.
itching to talk about.
You
this.
know the way I was saying. Kickers start on 10 and they only get like points for exceptional.
Yes.
Which is almost the way defenses start.
yeah.
Defenses start on 0.
Okay.
You don't get minus points for points conceded.
Okay.
You only get points for sacks, interceptions, pick sixes, things like that. So you're only getting. So that means, if for some reason, because I think a lot of the time, it's not the defense. Like some of the time, it's not the defense's fault that someone scores against you. If your offense throws a pick six, then your defense is conceding 6 points if it's the first touchdown. That's not fair.
Does it concede on a pick
No,
six?
it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's
doesn't
points
concede on a-
against. It's points against.
I don't
It's not
think
points
so.
against the defense. It's points
I
against the
think it's
team.
offensive points.
I need to
against-
review the tape on that one, but yeah. But no, it is fair to say like you could be a great defense and you could still concede
Yeah.
a lot of points because of
Like if you've got
What
a
your
defense,
offense is putting on the
if
field
you've got a
instead of
defense like that's putting up minimal numbers, it's a solid defense, but they're not doing anything. They're not like, they're not getting interceptions, they're not getting like sacks or anything like that. Then you're not going to draft that team. But you're not-
imagine having a defense like that
Yeah.
just doesn't get interceptions. Be really weird.
All changed this year, guys.
Where's the
All
Jags? We
changed
were
this
flying
year.
around that. We got so many interceptions.
There he goes.
Talking about the Giants.
And
we were going to talk about the
Bears
Jets.
defense, brilliant. The Bears defense were brilliant, but they conceded a lot of points. As well.
I just want us to get an interception in the first week. Get the monkey off our back, so
Against
it's
Cam-
not
against-
talked about for
Against
any
Cam Ward,
longer.
you've got a chance. You've got a chance. It's all there for you.
Oh my goodness!
It's never happening.
Playing Tennessee, Cam Ward, just pick six, please.
Right. So
I beg you.
Next up, we can either do our mock draft or we can do the quiz and get the quiz out of the way and have you guys argue.
Oh, let's do the
Itching for a
quiz.
quiz.
Let's do the
Itching for the
quiz.
quiz?
Let's do the
Itching for the
quiz.
Woo. Okay.
Is it like first to the buzzer, or
It's going to be interesting to see what way.
do you
we-
write down your answers? You
what
don't
way
write
we
down your answers. You type in your answers. I'm old school.
I've got a pen and paper.
Well, we should maybe do a pen and paper. Yeah, we should maybe do a pen and paper.
You're looking now.
No,
I know he's going to call me
No,
my answers.
no peeking. I'm going to start with the guess the team level of it, and then Nathan has the guess the player element of it. I don't know how we're going to show that.
All
to you,
right.
but
Go for it.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So for the guess the team, what I'm gonna give you is the rankings of their quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end in fantasy last year.
yeah.
Okay. So the
Love it.
first team
Yep.
had the QB 5,
Uh-huh.
the RB 15, the wide receiver 32, and the tight end 12. This is in half PPR standard scoring.
Go through it again.
QB 5,
Yeah.
RB 15,
Yeah.
wide receiver 32,
Uh-huh.
tight end 12.
Okay, I think I've got mine.
You've got your guess?
It's tough.
Gonna have to press you for an answer.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Do.
You were so confident going into this
Yeah,
as
I
well.
know.
You were going to wipe the floor with Thomas.
Okay. The team.
The team.
Okay.
The team. Are you ready for the reveal?
Yeah.
We're going to
Oh,
just
do,
reveal
do,
the team.
do you want us
or
to
we'll
do
it
our
at the end.
answers? Do you want to do our answers?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Do it one by one.
Who do you
please.
think it was?
I went. What is the Chiefs?
Was the Chiefs? No, it's not the Chiefs.
I went Packers.
It's not the Packers.
Oh,
The QB5 last year was Caleb Williams. It was the Bears.
Oh.
that's good. That was gonna be my
Bears
second guess.
RB 15.
I was thinking.
DeAndre
I was thinking
Swift.
tight end 12 because of Tucker Craft getting injured and such an electric start to the season,
No.
and plus Jordan Love didn't know who to throw to most of that season for the wide receivers.
With DJ Moore, wide receiver 32 as well. Talked about him earlier. Anyway, number 2. That's the second one.
I said he was wide receiver number 32 in this podcast. How did I not click on to
That's why I thought it was worthy, because I know we talked about a wide receiver who was 32,
Right, okay.
and I was
Anyway,
like,
sorry.
"Oh, was that worthy?" No.
This team had the QB 33, the RB 3, the wide receiver 17, and the tight end 2 last year.
Oh, I think I've got this.
QB 33, RB 3, wide receiver 17, tight end 2 in half PPR standard scoring.
I think I have this.
Thomas has an answer
These are
written
tough.
down. He's going to give you a 10-second countdown. 10, 9,
RB3.
7.
Actually,
Oh my
actually, I
goodness.
think this is. Oh, I think this is massively
Okay.
wrong.
All right.
Let me just make sure I have
Okay.
the answers right before
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so wrong. I think I'm very wrong on this.
I think I'm close.
Yeah, I think you might be closer than me.
Do you want to give your answer first?
Is it the Ravens?
It's not the Ravens.
I thought you said the same team as me. Is it the Raiders?
It's not the Raiders.
Oh, damn it.
Who was the tight end 2 last year? That's the one I really thought you were going to get. Who was the tight end 2?
Oh, but is it not Brock Bowers? No.
It was your guy, was it not? Thomas, that you had?
Trey McBride?
It was Kyle Pitts was the tight end 2 last year.
No,
This
he
was
was
No,
not.
he-
Seriously?
Is that because of that one
Yeah.
game he had where he
game
got like
against the
50
Bucks?
points? Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this so
This
many times.
yeah. This was the
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
See
This was the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Top tight ends from last year, literally, like, the number one was like 100 points ahead of the next person.
And what was
Yeah.
the wide receiver there?
Wide receiver 17, Drake London.
He was wide receiver number 17.
And RB3, I thought you would have got as well.
Bijan, yeah.
Bijan.
I went.
Michael Penix was the quarterback 33.
Wow.
I went Genty, and I was like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
But
Okay.
then-
Yeah. and
Very
then-
good.
So team number 3 of
Yep.
5. So still pointless at the moment.
This whole quiz might be pointless.
This team really good. These were all number 1 finishes, all like
Okay.
top at their position kind of finishes.
Yeah.
QB6, RB11, wide receiver 5, tight end 8. So QB6, RB11, wide receiver 5, and tight end number 8.
Tight end number.
8. In half PPR.
QB
standard
num-
scoring.
Okay. Okay. You go first.
Oh. Have you got an answer yet, Thomas?
Do you want?
We
all
give
right.
you plenty of time in the past. don't
hurry
rush
up.
it.
no, go for it. I've got a team.
Go
Oh, you
ahead.
want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Lions.
It is not the Lions.
QB9, Jared Goff.
Yeah, we just talked about that as well. I mean, come on.
Is it the Dallas Cowboys?
It's the Dallas
Come
Cowboys.
on.
That's our first point.
Thank you.
Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, George Pickens is the wide receiver 5, and
Yep.
Jake Ferguson, unbelievably, the tight end 8. I did not think he had that good a season.
No, neither did I, yeah.
I actually
But
thought he
then-
was higher up. That's why I was like, tight end, dude. He had a lot of touchdowns last season, did he?
Let's see, do I?
Anyway, what's number 4? I'm on a roll here.
Oh, I do remember who this is. Okay, so this team had the quarterback 26, the running back 50, the wide receiver 6, and the tight end 10. So their top running back was running back 50, quarterback 26, wide receiver 6, tight end 10.
Wow.
Wide receiver 6.
6. Sixth best wide receiver in fantasy last year.
I think this was their
26.
first string running back. There was 50.
This was their highest scoring fantasy running back.
Their highest scoring fantasy running back.
Huh.
And what was QB?
26,
26.
tight end 10.
Tight end 10. Oh, this is actually a really tough one.
This is a tough one. I looked at this one earlier, having written the question myself, and was like, who is that? Who is that team? I have to-
Oh, this is.
This is really tough.
I mean,
this
have
one.
you.
What position are you focusing on at the moment? Who are you
I'm
looking
trying.
at?
Like, the weird thing is I'm trying to think of,
Couldn't
like,
be
who
that.
had such a bad
It
running
just
back season.
couldn't be that.
Like, comparatively to the other stats, I'm like, okay. That could be something.
You-
But having, like, an atrociously bad run game.
You guys should know.
I think I've got it.
You should know.
I think I've got it.
Okay, gonna have to press you for an answer now, Thomas. You're on the countdown.
All right, hang on.
But flip, that's tough.
Yeah, I have not got this right.
Do you want to give the answer first, then, Adam?
Is he
Yeah, I'm done now.
He's done.
is the wide receiver number 6 Chris Olave? Is it the Saints?
It is the Saints.
Come on!
Oh,
the Saints!
Yes, I got the Saints!
Wait, I don't even know who the running back is because he's dead to us. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
We forgot about him.
We forgot about him.
Tyler Shuck was the quarterback 26.
Well done.
He didn't
Yeah.
start the full season, and then
Oh.
of
I was
course,
trying to think.
Jawan
Who's the
Johnson
wide
then at tight
receiver
end.
number 6? I was trying to rattle through the league.
I was
and
trying to think
like,
of,
oh,
like,
yeah,
good- yeah.
I had that guy in the fantasy league.
Yeah.
He was actually very, very good.
So this last one for guess the team.
Nicely
Okay.
done. Yeah, right, okay.
The quarterback 15,
Yeah.
the running back 12, the wide receiver 36, the tight end 21. This might be the hardest to get because they're all kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
Quarterback 15, running back 12, wide receiver 36, and tight end 21. Where's the thinking going now?
Oh, this is actually.
This one's it's a bit of a dart throw. I don't know what position you focus on when they're all
Sort of so middle of the road.
What was the
In
wide
the-
receiver number?
36.
Running
They're-
back 12.
Running back
I'm trying to
12,
think of
so
teams-
the running back is probably the one
Okay.
you focus on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like teams in the model that we had.
We had a lot of teams in the
I
muddle.
know.
The muddle was the majority of the league. Which, spoiler alert for Adam's power rankings later on, the muddle's almost getting messier. It's like the entire league apart from the Rams and Seahawks are in the muddle.
Middle of the pack quarterback.
the
Middle of the
Jets
pack
near
running
the top.
back. Bottom tier.
Have you got an answer?
I've wrote mine down. I've locked it in.
Yeah,
I don't.
Thomas
I
gonna
don't
have to-
think
gonna
it's
have to
this
right,
is just
but
amazing.
I'm
See
just.
what guesses we'll make.
All right, I'm gonna go for a guess.
There you go. I'll tell you, it is one of our teams. It is the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, what? I had the Steelers.
Did you have Steelers as well?
Did you write
Yeah, I wrote Steelers.
I love it. I love it.
But
Even
yes,
though we
yeah.
didn't get it, I love it. I was trying to think. I was like, Jalen Warren, would he be the RB12?
No, it's Josh Jacobs is the one kind of like spike there, but like Tucker Kraft was the tight end. Obviously, he got injured.
Yeah.
Jordan Love had a bit of a messy season, and then they didn't really know who they were throwing to half the time.
Heck, I guessed the Packers earlier, thinking he was closer to like.
I used to QB.
Mid
You thought he was
top 10.
QB5, yeah.
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 but
Yeah, we
There you
expect
go.
their things to be harsh,
That's our guess the team round. So I don't know how
Guess
we're going to
team.
do the guess the player round because I do have screenshots of like a collection of weeks for each player, and you basically look at how they performed in fantasy in those weeks and who they were against,
Oh,
and decide who you think the player was.
Oh, this will be an interesting one.
I'm trying to guess player one. So these are their
we
fantasy
are back.
starts. I know we're not really like this isn't great for the audio viewer. I don't know if don't know Nathan if you can put this on the YouTube video later on. Splice these images in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, have
No.
some like.
Cool. So for for anybody listening to the podcast, you're not getting a heck of a lot from this, but
Oh, this is a tough one.
uh-huh.
it's definitely a quarterback. These are passing stats.
And these are all wide receivers.
No. This is a quarterback. These are passing stats.
Oh, these are passing stats. Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Here we go.
That is passing stats. So who had this section of fantasy finishes? About 6 or 7 fantasy finishes there,
That is.
and both write down your answer.
Yeah. Got it.
You think you're right with this?
Oh, I nailed it.
Thinks he's nailed it. What do you think, Thomas?
I
I'm
am.
depressed you.
I am
Pressure for an answer. Now that
really,
you know that
I
it's a
am
quarterback.
locked in.
really struggling with this one.
Maybe look at the teams that they're playing against.
That's
Does
what
that give anything away?
Got it.
All right. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, Thomas, give us your answer.
Why am I always going first? You go first, Adam.
Okay, you go first.
The 47 of 57 completed is Jacoby Brissett, surely, isn't it?
Yep, Jacoby Brissett. I think he
Breaking the
broke the record
completions
for the
record.
most
Yeah.
completions.
Against San Francisco.
Is that what those were? Okay, my bad. I thought they were yards.
Who did you?
I thought it was Stafford.
You thought that was yards?
I thought that was like rushing or something.
Oh,
I
right,
don't know what
okay.
that was.
Who did you write?
Stafford.
Matt Stafford. No,
I was
it's
just
not
like-
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
No.
So you
what
got it right?
was from the right division though? So you're kind of like
I know
you know
I
where
saw
we're at
like
with it.
Seahawks and San
Yeah.
Fran and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And then I
Stafford
just,
did go through my mind until I started looking at the stats.
No, that
I was like,
was-
flip, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
I
completed
was-
passes.
That was Jake Brisket. So so click on the next one and I'll make sure that it's the right one.
Nope.
Okay.
Yes, that is the right one. So these are now. Hello. These are now rushing stats, I believe.
oh, so this
Yeah.
is running back.
This first section will be rushing. This next section
Yeah.
will be receiving.
Oh, okay.
Who played who in these weeks?
So who got off to this sort of fantasy start?
I
Couple
think
of splash weeks, couple of bum weeks.
I know who this is.
Go for it then.
And this is a running back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I got it.
We're just going along the images, aren't we?
Yes, we are going along. Yeah, I think this is in order.
I think I've got it.
Pair them up with the wrong thing.
Okay.
But it's a total guess because I suck at this game.
Adam, what are you thinking? You can now tell us your thinking because
thought
Thomas
he was
has locked in his answer.
Probably needs a schedule or something for these teams. Like that's the thing.
Adam knows everything.
I,
He's got all these stats.
He would
and
have a fair idea of who played.
I
Who in what week?
think. I'm looking, flipping heck, 32.5 points. But then the rest.
Gonna have to press you for an answer.
I am thinking because there's Indy, Tennessee, and Jacksonville in there that it is a Texan. I think it's Woody Marks.
It's a no. It's a no.
No?
No. What about you, Thomas?
Oh, I thought who had a big game against Chicago, and I remember that was one of the teams that went off on Chicago. Was like one of the best games this year. I thought it was the Bengals. I didn't care what week it happened. I couldn't remember, so I went Chase Brown.
Would you believe that was Ashton Genty? Had those
Yeah,
fantasy
I,
finishes?
Wow.
I could believe that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember
I didn't.
one
I,
good week.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had such a spike week so
Yeah.
early on. I thought that would throw you guys right now, and it has
No, right enough.
because he was drafted high, so people would have been
I
expecting.
knew it
to-
wouldn't be Chase Brown because he's played the Bengals week 2.
week 2.
I couldn't remember when they.
Anyway, right, okay. So I'm still ahead. That's good.
Is this still wide receivers? What are we on now?
This
Looks
will
QB.
be a wide receiver.
Oh, it is.
These are all receiving stats.
Wow.
It's all receiving stats.
Some
So
pretty.
again, you can see these are quite varied.
Those are consistent stats.
Apart from one. there's 1 week you wouldn't have been happy starting this guy, but the rest of them you would have been fairly happy or delighted. Some weeks.
Who was that guy who just disappeared 1 week?
In a game you might not have expected him to disappear in.
Hang on, I think
To give a further hint,
yeah.
the way this game went, it was a big surprise to see a big fat 0 next to this player's name.
I think I got an answer.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to press you now, Adam.
I know.
No, wait, don't press him because I just realised I'm an idiot.
Ooh.
I picked a player who is playing further down. I actually picked someone from that team. Yeah, do not.
Yeah. He couldn't possibly play against himself, or
Yeah.
could he?
Is it?
No. But maybe.
Okay.
I've just gone for a guess, by the way.
Adam, we're back to yours, I think, first.
Is it JSN?
It is not JSN.
Oh, I was thinking, did they play the Rams week 15? That's what I was thinking.
What about you?
Such big.
I had JSN.
It's not. It's Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams, wide
Wow.
receiver for the Detroit Lions.
He was.
Had those stats.
Yeah,
And in a
he
game-
was
in a
top
game-
10 for receiving yards last year. That makes sense.
Do you not remember that Giants game as well? It was crazy high scoring, and I had him starting in a dynasty league, and I looked at him and I was like, "Oh my goodness, both teams are in the 40s, like points wise." 0. 0 points. Three targets, no catches.
Okay, next one.
So yeah, that was Jameson Williams. So that kind
Is
of
this
shows
another wide receiver?
it's going to be another.
Or is this a running back?
Yes, that's a correct one. So yeah, it's another wide receiver. So there's a
All right.
receiving stats, not a spectacular receiving stats.
No, that's really not.
Who did the Jets play week 15? Come on, Adam. Come on.
Adam should know the Jets schedule.
Oh, I should know.
But there's something in this one that might throw them. What could it be? Maybe if they're really struggling, I'll give them that hint right at the end.
No hints.
No hints. No
No
hints. No,
hints.
it's just. Come on.
So just maybe don't focus on the teams they're playing as much then. It's okay.
That'd be a wild stat. You know what? I'm going to take a guess on it.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Oh, shit. What's his name? I've forgotten the player's name. No, got it. I think I've got it.
Nice. I like the confidence. I like
No,
it.
as in I think I've got his name right.
Oh, nice. Good. Even better.
That's my bar.
Oh, you're not.
I'm not confident with this at all. I'm going to get a fat old zero here.
Is this a name that you can't pronounce?
No, I can pronounce it.
Oh,
I just
okay.
don't know if I've got it right.
Okay, this isn't
that
who I
is-
thought you would
no.
have guessed.
Oh, is it Chimera Dike?
No, it's not. Gonna have to pressure for an answer.
I know. I'm just going to have to wing it here.
I'll give you a hint. They're a wide receiver in the NFL.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, there's no hints
you're
after
very
I've
good.
locked in my answer.
They play.
You cannot lock.
They play for a team
Yeah, in the AFC
I have
or
no
the
idea.
NFC or the.
in one of the conferences in one of the divisions.
You're very good. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the clue.
Do
not
you
him.
want to give your first?
All right, okay. This is a random one, but I went for someone based on what you were saying that got traded, and they were okay when they got traded. I went for, and this might be completely wrong, Jacoby Myers.
He's got it. He's absolutely nailed it.
Oh, so
He played against the Jags at the start, and then he got traded the next week.
Wow. Okay, so
There you
what's
go.
that? 3-2.
And yours was
I put Say Flowers.
Say Flowers, just a shot in the dark.
Where did you get 3?
From the last bit.
Did he get one right in this round?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, you got Jake Brisket.
Oh, damn, that's right.
So it's 3-2 going into the last one. So we might actually have a tiebreaker then. So this is a tight end.
Oh, tight end.
Hopefully it's the correct image.
All right.
Yes, this is the end of their season for this tight end. Not the worst season in the world. Not gonna set the world on fire, but actually had a better season than I thought they had when I was looking through the stats.
Okay. Okay.
Does Thomas have one?
Not yet.
He's really staring it out. Okay, maybe look at some of the teams. Let me see.
I'm looking at the teams. Don't you worry.
I think I've got it.
The Jacoby Myers one was a great get. It's a great one.
Well done remembering his name as well.
I was like Mike Myers, Michael Myers.
Yeah. Famous
Yeah.
former Patriots wide receiver Michael Myers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this one is actually...
PPR machine. Sorry, I'm just trying to kill time. Thomas,
All
come
right,
on.
okay. All right.
He goes first.
No, you go first.
No, I went first so many times.
Oh shit! What's the name of that tight end?
Does he play in the NFL? 'Cause that might be the
Michael
one.
Myers.
Might be the one.
I'm just gonna go with my. Even though I know this is wrong, I'm gonna go with that guess
Go for it.
because I can't remember the name. Is it Hunter Henry?
This is not Hunter
No.
Henry. No,
Is it Dallas Goddard?
it's Dallas Goddard.
My
No way.
goodness, yes.
I thought you would have got that because
I
of
knew
closing the
they
season
played,
against
they
the
played
Bills.
Buffalo
Yeah.
week 17. That's how I kind of went for it.
I can
But
remember.
yeah, Dallas Goddard actually had a
Could not-
better season than I thought.
I'm not gonna lie.
A solid 4
The-
out of 10.
I'll take the 1 out of 10.
But that
Two
was
out of
two
10.
out- two out of 10.
Yeah.
You got 2.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
You
I
got
will-
2 out of 10.
I will tell you what. Looking at the teams did not help in the slightest. I could not remember who played what.
Like in what division or
Yeah,
anything?
in like
I-
what
I was going-
because I was like, oh, there's Green Bay, Chicago, and Detroit. Oh, so they might be in that division. And then it's
Yeah,
like,
it was-
I did try to cloud it
Yeah.
a little bit with those as well
Yeah.
because I knew if I showed one that just had somebody playing like the Rams twice, you'd be like, oh. Well,
and then
that's-
I got thrown because I was like, oh, week 17, that's the last week of the season. It's not.
it's not.
It's not. So I was like, oh, well, they're all division games. So who did it?
It's not.
It's not the last week of the
famously
season.
not
It's
the
the
last-
second
famously,
last week of
yeah.
the season.
It's not.
So I got confused by that because I thought that
not.
Buffalo was their sort of final game.
Okay, fair enough.
What's next?
Done. Dunyan rings.
Dunyan rings?
Dunyan rings. I'm not really sure how we're going to do a mock draft, but we can do a mock draft. Don't know how. Don't know what way to film it. So we can just make it up.
should we do a group mock draft? Should we do
Should
it?
we-
Like I'll get something on the laptop here,
Yeah.
and then we can all like
Yeah.
decide together.
We can argue about who we're going to pick.
Yeah.
Oh no! I think we should all have different spots because we're trying to get a breadth of like who is being drafted where.
Yeah,
so
it's fine.
it's better if we
Okay,
all
do
have
that.
like different.
Can you
I'll
screen
have, like-
record, Thomas, by chance?
Can you screen record?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
If we can work that out, we are
Uh,
put it like a famous K-pop band. We're golden. Am I right?
just go to the fancy NFL.
K-pop Demon Hunters back in cinemas now. It's coming back.
No,
to
we'll
cinemas.
do a sleeper league one. No.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter, Adam.
yeah. A re-release. Like I think it's a year on now,
Mock draft simulator.
which is
Fantasy
crazy that that's been
Pros.
out for like a year at this point.
Pretty good, like so. Listen.
Shelley was pretty obsessed with it.
Start a mock draft. Is this going to jump me straight into a mock draft? Okay, right. Okay, so let's get our rules. Obviously, 2026 season half PPR because we talked about that.
Yep.
Snake.
Do you need to send us
Number of
invites
teams?
to it?
Are we not just all doing it together
We can all do it together. If you
on the screen?
are we all going to do it together? Because I
Yeah.
wanted like multiple different ones so that we all like thought about it, and it gave us different draft positions as well. You could have somebody drafting at the
Let me-
start of the round, somebody in the middle, and somebody at the end.
Let me see then. Can we just do it on sleeper?
You could probably just do it on sleeper and just.
Just record your
And-
screens on your phones, man.
Can you record screens on phones?
No.
That's absolute madness.
Thomas, will you please talk in your mic?
The likes of which I've never seen.
God.
So how do you screen record on a phone?
If you pull down the top thing, you think you can use it somewhere?
Hotspot.
I don't think you can.
Cast. Nightlight.
Yeah, I don't think you can, Nathan.
Right, Matthew, you invite us.
Mock draft play
Are you gonna
NFL. I am.
Yeah,
You doing this as well, Nathan?
Running your phone screen is simple and usually requires no extra apps. iPhone users can use built-in iOS tool directly from the control center. Android users on Android 11 or newer can utilize the native screen record feature hidden within the quick settings panel. So Android, just swipe down twice from the top of your screen to fully expand the quick settings panel.
Uh-huh.
Find the tool. Look for the
Oh, I'll join.
The
There
week
we are.
the week gear thing. No, that's
look for the screen record or screen record tile. If it isn't there, tap the pencil icon.
Screen recorder icon. I have added it.
2-minute timer.
Wow. Okay.
Join
No.
the draft.
I've changed the
Do you do half PPR?
yep, and it's only 60 seconds because I'm not waiting for you for that long.
And it's
Wait, don't claim a spot yet.
are we just randomly getting assigned a
Oh,
spot?
have you sent me an invite?
Yeah, it's on the card
Right
of
in
my
the
group
mic.
chat. Which also, oh no, Nathan can't because his phone is recording. All right.
Let's do
I'm
this.
invited to
Let's
a
be-
Wait. Who's Nathan? Pick our draft order out of us.
Or we can get like a random number generator to a certain degree. I don't
Yeah,
know.
do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Adam number 1.
Ideally, we want 3 distinctly different spots. So if it gives us 3 spots back to back to back, we might re-roll.
Thomas, you can screen record. Alright, you don't have to screen. Maybe you could just send me your screenshot it when you've picked all your people.
Yeah,
And
true,
then I can just
true.
go
Yeah,
back
we're
to the screen again.
if we're just going through. Yeah, we'll go through and we'll talk about some of the interesting people being drafted in and around that spot, and it'll make it really easy because then we'll probably talk about just about everybody.
Yep.
So what we're going for? Well, it's 15 round. So what team wise? 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 3 flex.
Yeah.
We're going 3 flex.
Yeah, no kicker.
No kicker and 3 flex.
Love it.
A defense and 5 bench spots. So we're really going to get to talk about some deep ass wide receivers. So
Okay.
deep. Somebody might actually be flexing a tight
Okay.
end in the
So
this one.
just so we've got the draft order on here, I've just said to Gemini, pick Adam, Thomas, and Matthew, a random number each between 1 and 12.
Cool. What's Gemini giving us?
Adam is 7.
Adam 7.
Thomas
it.
is 3.
Nice.
Matthew is 11.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's what we want. 3,
That's-
7, 11. That's exactly what we want. So I'm claiming 11 now.
And I'm going to
I'm
claim
claiming
3.
7.
Oh, Adam has joined the draft. I hit claim. It didn't do anything. There we go. I've joined the draft.
We ready,
Okay.
All right, let's do
And
this.
have you given 1 minute per pick? Because
Yes.
I kind of wanted us to just talk about the picks when we get them. So
Yeah, you
no
got a
real
minute.
time limit on the picks.
You got a minute.
I want a bit longer. Maybe.
You want a bit longer. You want to discuss the
I want
picks.
2 minutes in case we need to discuss at some point. I want a bit of leeway.
That's
We're
okay.
going to
We'll
still
have
be
plenty
we're
of
going to
time.
still be quite quick, but it's just so that we're not actually
Okay.
trying to give people advice and getting cut off by the time limit.
Yep.
I mean, just,
Okay.
all right. Ready?
All
I've changed it
Who's
to 2
Tom's
minutes.
gonna pick? Start the mock draft.
All right. Okay. So,
Oh, surprise!
Jameer
Go for it.
Gibbs and
So yes, the first 2 picks in this half PPR isn't it, this one?
yes,
That's the standard scoring that we were talking about earlier. Jameer Gibbs, pick number 1, which is interesting, over Bijan, pick number 2.
yeah. I mean, I still think I'm just gonna go the next top, which is Jamar Chase.
So yeah, the
That'd be a wise move.
Yeah.
thought process between him and Jonathan Taylor's there.
Not it's
Number
not
4,
Jonathan.
but I don't even think there's
No.
discussion there. I think you're going
No,
best
not
wide
Puka.
receiver at this.
I mean, the only if I'd going down, I'd be tempted with McCaffrey or JSN.
Yeah.
okay,
But I
not,
think Jamar
not Nakua.
not as much Nakua. No.
Okay, interesting.
He is still on the board.
Oh,
Oh,
Adam.
Puka Nakua
JSN
has-
went.
has-
JSN went for you.
GSN.
He did.
GSN went.
He
the pick.
probably would have been the guy. Probably would have
So
taken.
the picks between Jamar Chase, we've got Jonathan Taylor 4, Christian McCaffrey 5, and then JSN went 6. So still Puka Nakua on the
I
board.
think
James Cook.
I think you have to take him if he's.
CeeDee
he's
Lamb,
dropped
Ken
there.
Walker.
I picked Nakua, number 7.
You're taking
Ooh,
A
okay.
team that's ready. to
Genty
win.
going 9.
So the end of the round, we have what we talked about earlier. Justin Jefferson's still there. Devon Achane still there. Ken
Yep.
Walker is still there.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I'm really looking at this first pick between Amon-Ra St. Brown and Justin Jefferson. This is the headache we were talking about earlier on.
Yep.
You know, has Amon-Ra St. Brown ever disappointed for PPR seasons?
He gets a ton of reception.
So that's the safe pick. Or Justin Jefferson if Kyler Murray takes off. That's the risky pick. I'm gonna go risky. I'm gonna go with what I kind of think I like Justin Jefferson more. So I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson and see if
Drake London.
he comes back around and Amon-Ra St. Brown comes back
Amon-Ra
around.
came back around. That is wild.
And he has.
So this is gonna. You like testing strategies. The point of mock drafts is testing strategies. So if I go Jefferson and Amon-Ra, I'm kind of punting on the running back position at this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying somebody good comes back at the end of the third. So we're going to test it and see what happens because Amon-Ra is too good to pass up.
I don't think there's any way that you're going past them.
Yeah.
Saquon there in the
Back
second
to
round.
me.
Is,
So yes, 3
Saquon-
running backs went off the board. So Marion Hampton, Devon Achane, and Saquon Barkley. And it's back to Adam.
Goodness, this is a tough pick here.
Jeremiah Love, who I said was potentially going to be a first round
You
pick,
wouldn't
is
pick a
still there. Chase Brown's still there. Trey McBride is in for the tight end kind of discussion here. Malik Neighbors, ADP wise, is still here.
I'm
and Nico
surprised.
Collins as a safer pick.
yeah, I actually don't like any of those at the top there.
Yeah, this is pretty tough. Nothing's really dropped that I wanted.
We talked about Olave earlier as the wide receiver 6
did.
last year. Tyler Shuck
Looking
should
down
have
at George
a better
Pickens, I might
season.
consider in certain drafts. I think Cowboys are going to be lights out football this year.
Yeah, but we say that every year.
I know. Well,
Everybody says that every year.
Their fantasy finishes were pretty darn good last year, even if their team wasn't.
No, that's
You
right.
remember me
go
reading them out
you
earlier?
go generational talent. I'm going against the grain. You're thinking
Ooh,
Matthew.
Jeremiah Love. It is interesting. So Jeremiah Love, and then Chase Brown, Trey McBride, and then Nico Collins goes right before Thomas. So Thomas has a tricky choice. He's got an
Just to let
injured Malik Neighbors.
These guys know, yeah, Malik Neighbors is still on the board.
He's got Josh Jacobs on the board, who might
Yep.
have a big suspension coming his way.
We're
He's
drafting
got George
honestly
Pickens.
here. Like,
I honestly think I'm going to go George Pickens.
George Pickens, wide
I-
receiver 5 last year, but fully fit. CeeDee Lamb
Yeah.
might drop. Who knows?
Well, even with CD Lamb playing, he was still pretty good. He was still pretty good.
He didn't have his peak. He had his peak weeks without him. But yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of the way it is. You can only throw the ball to one person. Is it worth it? Even just no, I'm going to go George Pickens. I think that.
fair enough.
I was also seeing like
So that's
Two wide receivers, first round.
two wide receivers, and it comes
what's
back
the
around to
problem?
you with Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Malik Neighbors,
I think
and
I know
Chris
who you'll probably
Olave
go
going
for
off the
now.
board as well. So very interesting at the start of this
I
round.
have a feeling.
You could go for one of the onesie positions. We say the onesie positions because there's only one quarterback, one tight end on our teams. So you could go Bowers, you could go Josh Allen, you could go another one of those. You could go like Lamar Jackson or something.
I don't want to go
Or
Bowers.
Derrick Henry's still there. AJ Brown is still there.
I am genuinely tempted with AJ Brown, and I'm also thinking like Josh Allen's on the board. He's going to go pretty high, but I think
And
there's
you've got two wide receivers. You're gonna
see
plug
the
another one in.
see the thing when we have our scoring and we do QBs get 6 points for every touchdown and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't separate like sort of Josh Allen enough from
No,
all the other throwing QBs. So it's sort of like there's no. I don't like it going for him because this is going to be 4 points TD. Normal scoring things. So I'm just like, okay, I'm less inclined for a TD or QB at this stage. I'm going to go, and this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to go try lock up my.
man, he is.
I am really struggling on this
He
one,
is
God.
panicking now. After talking about
Oh,
the
wait,
1
hang
minute
on.
clock, we're now 40 seconds left on this clock.
Never mind. Sorry, I forgot I had 2 wide receivers already. I'm just
Yeah.
going to go. I'm going to go Derrick Henry. I forgot I had 2. I forgot I had
That's
2 wide receivers.
exactly who I thought he would
Gonna
go
take
for.
Derrick
Once he
Henry.
realized
Forgot
he
I
had
had
two
two
wide receivers.
Yeah.
So Derrick Henry, then Adam's boy, Brees Hall, goes, then Josh Allen, and then Brock Bowers, and Adam is back on the clock in the third
on it.
round.
And
He
I'm
has
going
Puka Nacua and Jeremiah Love.
AJ Brown.
And he takes AJ Brown to round out his wide receiver room.
I think that's value.
Now at the end of the round, now this is interesting. How much is Burrow's going to throw this year? We know he's going to throw a ton.
Yep.
T. Higgins is still sitting there. Ted McMillan could carry it on in year 2. Garrett Wilson, but I already have a lot of wide receivers.
But here, Matthew, Garrett Wilson's going to be a top 5
It's a
wide
potential
receiver.
top 5.
Wide receiver this year.
Potential
with,
top 5.
Because he's got...
But let's just see.
He's got Geno Smith.
He's got Geno Smith.
He has.
behind him. Yeah.
I've
Which is
got,
going to be
I've got a
so
minute and
good.
30 left, so can I just talk about running back options for a second? Anyway, jeez.
You've got running back options.
Can you?
So this is what happens when you leave running back until the end of the third. You've got
Whoa,
Javonte
that's
Williams sitting there, who had a really
Slim
good year
pickings,
last year.
isn't it?
Is Travion Henderson worth a shot? Because he might have big upside this year. RJ Harvey, not great. Cam Scadabo, does he even start the year? You know,
The thing
is he
about...
gonna be
But the
injured to
thing when
start
you
the
go
year?
into those guys, like... Because you've got, like, pretty much 2 picks between your next one.
Uh-huh.
Things like Travion Henderson, Scadabo, and even Javonte Williams, they're more than likely going to be there by the time you come around. So if there's someone you want desperately more now,
Yeah.
you can get them and be like, well, I've only got to wait 2 picks.
I actually think... let me see.
Wait, you
Always
could-
say, Matthew,
you could
best
look-
on the board. Best on the board.
Best on the board. There are a few positions I like.
Lots of flexes.
But I'm actually going to go T Higgins. I'm going to go T Higgins. I'm going to have a flex immediately.
See, it's back to you.
Loads of
You've
guys.
got...
So Javonte Williams went
Garrett
off the
Wilson
board
went?
and Garrett Wilson went off the
Aw.
board. I'm happy going with Travion Henderson as my running back 1 in the 4th round. High upside. Let's hope he gets the touches this year. Let's go Travion Henderson.
Yeah, because he wasn't coming back to you.
Let's lock it in. Ted
Colston
McMillan,
Loveland.
Luther Burden goes off the board at the start of the 4th round, and Colston Loveland. So back-to-back Bears before Adam is back on the clock.
My God. I don't know what to do.
Talk us through your options. What position are you looking at this point? You've got 2 wide receivers and a running back.
I am looking at best on the board. So Jalen Waddle there.
Mm-hmm.
Going to get an absolute ton of targets this year. And basically have the extra flex position. Now, I'm tempted with Jackson at QB, but I feel as if you can get good value with QBs lower down in this draft. Tight ends is always going to be tough, but I do need to take another running back soon.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Are there going to be many running backs when it gets around to you in the 5th? This is what I'm thinking myself. Because
Yeah.
I need running back. I need tight
I
end.
am
and
going to
need
go
quarterback.
once again best on the board, locked in at wide receiver. Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, we've got very similar makeups
Yeah.
to our teams. Thomas might end up with a similar makeup to his team. He's so far has Chase, Pickens, and Henry,
Does he go for
and
Drake?
Lamar Jackson, Devontae Adams, and Lad
Does
McConkey went off
he
the board
take
just
his
before.
franchise QB?
Drake May is top of the board. Say Flowers, RJ Harvey. This is a messy section of the board.
Yeah.
It really
Jameson
is.
Williams, Cam Scadabo, Bachel Tootin.
I kind of almost want to go lower. But
Your boy's still on the
I'm
board?
thinking.
forgave him?
I'm thinking the players I want. Like, I'm looking at Smith. I'm looking at Ibuka. I'm looking at Scary Terry, and Joe Burrow and things like that. And I'm like, I quite like all of those for the next
Scary
round
Terry.
picks.
I like it, yeah.
You know, for the next round picks. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go. Oh, I love scat. I'm gonna
I know
Burrow.
you love
You're
Scats.
You're just gonna go
Just
scat.
gonna go scat.
What,
Scat attack.
what a
Nice
man. There was no
lot of
discussion.
Drake
really
No,
about-
no,
I was like,
just like,
let's
just
talk
like,
loads about my
and then
options
here
and
we
then
go.
just pick scat.
And look, here we go. I think I'm gonna go. Oh,
And May,
this is where I
Drake
got.
May,
The,
Say Flowers, RJ Harvey, and Jameson Williams went on the turns. We're back to Thomas after his scat pick. Where are you going?
you know what I might do? I might just fuck shit up. Joe Burrow.
Ooh, Joey B.
He was there. I was like, I want a good QB. maybe he's not.
You kind of.
he's- maybe he's-
guy was thinking of
maybe
going
he's not
for.
gonna
Well
go
done.
I've got 2 running backs. I've got
Lock
2.
up the QB.
Yeah,
That's a pretty
No, I
balanced
have
team.
yeah.
the
I've got
team.
2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. I've got my starting
Now
lineup.
I have to absolutely change my strategy. Because I was not expecting you to take Joe Burrow.
So Joe Burrow, Ibuka, Tootin, and DeAndre Swift went off the board. and you're back.
talent off the board. Oh,
But I think there's still like loads of like you've got Devonta Smith.
There's so many good wide
Yeah.
receivers left.
You've
as
got
well,
many
which is
Scary
making me
Terry.
rethink my strategy.
Adam, you've got DJ Moore there. You're
I
convinced
know.
he's going to be
I
like
know.
the top,
I don't think I haven't looked at him.
Yeah.
I have. I've thought about him here.
Yeah.
But my
giving
goodness,
giving him the side eye.
There
across the
are-
room, like,
very few good running backs left.
yeah,
I do
it's
feel like
dangerous,
there's
it's
an
dangerous.
absolute steal at wide receiver. I've just sort of scrolled down a little bit, but the fact Rome Odunze is sitting there at 68,
Mm.
and I'm like, that is
Christian Watson, who just got paid in a big way as well. I don't know. And talking about like I've obviously taken the upside of Travion Henderson, but it's crazy to me that Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson are that far apart. Because Stevenson's still, he's the one until he isn't. You know what I mean? He's going to
Yeah.
get the majority carries until he doesn't,
yeah.
which might be like
'Cause,
week
like, I
4 or
thought-
5, but it might be the whole season.
Because I thought it was going to be a case of, I think it's just going to be a proper
No,
committee.
you have to stick to your guns. I'll take Moore.
DJ Moore, that is a loaded wide receiver room.
It is
So D-
really loaded.
DJ Moore,
Is that
Mike
4
Evans,
wide
Quinshon
receivers
Judkins,
and 1 running back?
Terry
Yep.
McLaurin. So I
The
do,
extra flex is really got me invested in wide receivers here.
do you have it here? Like, telling you where I'm at with tight ends. To me, like there's a cutoff in tight end tier
There is.
between Tyler Warren and the rest here. I think
Yeah.
Harold Fannin has a chance to maybe do what he did last year, but Tyler Warren actually did what he did last year, so it's more like he's my tight end 4, and then there's a big gap. So I'm probably going to go him and then see what comes back around to me. So I go Tyler Warren first, and at the bench, Harold Fannin went immediately after, and then Devontae Smith, which means I was probably right because Tyler Warren was probably going next pick.
Yep.
This is the thing as well. Always look at the draft board and see that the guy at the turn there, team 12, mysterious team 12 man, didn't have a tight end or a quarterback, so he was going to go for one of the onesie positions. I just had to make sure I got in there first. And it comes back around, and I've got an interesting one because I can go double onesie, I can go back-to-back onesie, I can take Jaden Daniels, not think about quarterback, but I think there's value at quarterback later on, and Daniels is a risk.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the names still down the list that we've got here is Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Caleb Williams, Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Bo Nix, Jordan Love. You know, I don't think you're going to be.
So then it's kind of running back, but we're running low on running back. So David Montgomery, Jalen Warren are kind of the next guys I'm looking at. I'm not really looking at anybody else. But there's a big gap. There's not
There
many
is.
others. I'm gonna risk it and say that Montgomery's going to be the guy in Houston. I'm going to draft him.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
And then 2 quarterbacks go off the board. So Carnell Tate, rookie wide receiver, goes off the board. And then Jaden Daniels.
I'm going
and
to lock
Jalen
in a running
Hurts.
back best on the board once again.
And again, for
Rome
anybody-
Odunze went just the pick before me, and
Oh,
I was
goodness.
hoping he was going to drop for me.
Oh, man.
I was
never played the
hoping.
waiting game. Never.
I was hoping he was going to drop right to the end. Oh, that's so annoying.
Okay.
Well, let's have a look here.
Also interesting to see because nobody around you has a tight end at the moment, which means
There,
tight ends could go at the turn here. There's, they're not great. You could almost wait on tight end at this point.
I mean, Tucker
Streaming
Kraft, if he
position.
comes back like he did,
It
you know,
does. It entirely depends.
you know,
if he's fit.
Kyle Pitts, is he going to be better? Sam Laporta, he just had a one-off bad season.
Apparently, Kyle Pitts is going to have exactly one more touchdown than he had last year,
Yeah.
according to Adam,
Oh, he will.
because he always does that.
He does.
I mean, George Kittle still being down at the bottom there.
George Kittle is still on the board.
Yeah,
Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas Jr. are still on the board.
I think I'm going to go running back. I think running back is such a just bad position to try and get for.
He's kind of right. It's weird because the thinking always was you could go 0 RB, and then last year kind of blew the 0 RB thing out of the water because all running backs stayed fit for the whole season. The
Yeah.
likes of Christian McCaffrey and like everybody else, like Bijan and everything, stayed fully fit. So it was a really weird year for running backs. It's unlikely to happen again.
No, because I'm looking at this now, and
So
I'm
0
like,
RB could work. But
beyond, you know, when you get to sort of the remaining names you've got here. Like if you go below J.K. Dobbins,
You have 20 seconds.
everything else there. I'm just gonna have to go Chicago.
Kyle Monangai. You
Yeah.
think he's going to take over in Chicago? He could.
And
Tucker,
it's
Tucker Kraft went, so somebody took the shot, and Tucker Kraft at the corner. Christian Watson, DK Metcalf, Tony Pollard, and we're back.
Back to me. I'm gonna look at tight
You have
ends.
3 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 quarterback at this point. You don't have a tight end. and
I'm
you're a
gonna go-
long way from picking.
And I did this last year. I went Kyle Pitts and I played him every week, and it was disappointing every week apart from that one.
Wow. Okay, so there we go. Back-to-back risky picks.
Yeah, pretty
Mononga
much.
and Pitts. Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers, Michael Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back to Adam. Has Marvin Harrison gone yet? No, he has not. Is the answer to that?
Do you know who else hasn't gone? Who's right beside him? Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
So in Sleeper Fantasyland, they've decided that Jacoby Myers and Michael Wilson are the better wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ballsy?
But I agree with it.
You agree with
He has to prove something.
What about Jalen Warren going over Rico Dowdle? How do you see that battle playing out?
Where is Rico Dalton now?
He's at the Steelers.
Is he at the Steelers? I don't know. I'd like Warren was disappointing.
He loves a revenge game, Rico Dowdle, and
Yeah.
I think he has a revenge game on
But
his
he
schedule
was
this year.
unbelievable in those few games where Chuba was out. I don't know why they brought I would have just said, here, Chuba, just stay injured for a while.
It's not really what you can do, and they're also kind of banking on their first round, or not first round, second round draft pick, whoever it was from a few years back, coming good. What do you call the guy they drafted?
Yeah, I'm loaded on wide receiver. I'm not taking that risk. I need another running back. I have a habit of picking Chuba Hubbard.
Chubba.
I've got 3 running backs there. That's me.
Ooh, now
Now I need to really think about filling the other positions.
No. Is this where I take my shot on quarterback? This is a loaded kind of section for quarterback, and they might start disappearing.
I mean, if there's a quarterback you like,
You know, there's a quarterback I like.
Trevor Lawrence. I think you're going to be pretty safe with him. Like, how many teams need a QB? 1, 2, 3.
The ones
4,
at the
5.
specifically.
There's 6 teams that need a
Yeah.
QB.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of teams that need a quarterback.
So Trevor Lawrence will go to one of them. And now that you've told me you like him, he's going to go to me out of spite.
Out of spite.
Out of spite.
Again, I'm gonna forgive. I'm gonna go the whole forgiveness route. And Brian Thomas is going here
Oh,
right
I
now,
thought you might take him.
and then
And Justin Herbert went.
Justin Herbert went next. So we're between Jackson Dart, Caleb Williams, and Trevor Lawrence. We're gonna pick Trevor Lawrence right now.
You do
Thanks very much.
like a 1-2 combo.
I love a stack.
Yeah, you do.
I love a
You
stack.
love a
I
stack.
I was really hoping that Dalton Kincaid would not go off the board there.
So yes, Dalton Kincaid, Chris
Why?
Godwin, J.K. Dobbins.
Dalton
off
I
the board.
Kincaid-
have to
Kincaid.
take a risk now with tight
So
end
Adam
because
has-
of his injuries, but
Adam has no quarterbacks or tight ends at this point.
Yeah.
He's got none of them.
I'm
None
going
of
to
them.
go Laporta.
Sam Laporta. That's not a bad shout. I mean, this guy who's got potential,
High upside.
high upside. And
Right.
Mackay Lemon, Alec Pierce, and then Jackson Dart going off the board. Which means like the board is wide open for you. You're probably looking wide receiver. You've got 2 wide receivers, 3 running backs, a tight end, and a quarterback. What do you need? What are you looking at to
So-
throughout the roster?
I'm kind of looking, and I'm thinking I might just go one more QB or one more running back now,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can just stop thinking about running backs for a while because I know if I wait a round or 2 to get another running back, there's going to be less than no one on that board.
Well, running back, you're already taking a bit of a dart through now, but there are a couple of interesting names.
I'm looking
looking at-
I'm looking at Charbonnet and Price.
Mm-hmm.
Both the Seahawks running backs are now running backs 1 and 2, which is amazing that there's still one.
I'm
Up there.
very interested in them.
I think Charbonnet is going to get injured.
He's already injured, yeah.
He's already questionable, and the season hasn't even started.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Price. I think as a rookie, he looks really
So
promising.
that's a reach, but
It's
understandable.
it's a good dart throw. I like it. I like it. You should just start going for your guys in and around the
Yeah.
8th, 9th, 10th round. What,
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of where you shoot your shot, and then you can let everything else fall to you later on. So yes, then at the corner,
Now I'm just going to sort of.
Parker Washington around to Gadsden, and then it came back around Caleb Williams and Brian Robinson. So somebody went back-to-back onesie spots
Yeah.
as well.
So you know what's really funny? Because I know Adam's going to be looking at QB next.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking at who the QBs are.
Adam and Team 10, the only two
10.
now without a quarterback.
I like having a good backup QB.
Not many people go for this strategy.
Yeah.
But
I
he
like-
has gone for
I
Dak
like,
Prescott.
I like
What-
having a good
that
backup.
feel,
side.
it just feels like a waste because you're
It
not
is.
going to know
You're
who to
gonna be
play.
playing Joe
Never-
Burrow every week. Like,
Yeah.
Apart from the week when Joe Burrow gets injured.
Yeah, but then,
And then
you're
he's out
clogging-
for
taking
3
a big
weeks.
risk
You're
taking
clogging an
him
entire roster spot anyway.
in the 5th round.
I am.
Three tight ends went after that. So Dak Prescott followed by Hunter Henry, Dallas Goddard, and Mark Andrews. Who even is that? I don't even know who Mark Andrews is. Does he play football? Don't know.
Just out of curiosity, did
Forgot him.
the other guy that we weren't ever talking about again, did he go? Yeah, he did. Okay. He went right after Brian Thomas.
Oh, right before.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
No, right. Yeah.
Right before. Because he,
Adam,
because
what's
he
your,
would've
what's
been
your
up
thought
for the
process here? You've got 4 running back or 4 wide receivers.
I think that the QB I want will come back round to me.
Okay,
So I think-
putting them into perspective, the quarterbacks on the board at the moment are Mahomes, Purdy, Stafford, maybe
Nix.
Bo Nix, maybe. So,
I wonder
not
who-
not saying who you're going for, but
Yeah,
you're confident they're coming back round.
I think
Yeah.
he's thinking Stafford, isn't he?
Because
I'm going.
Team 10 is the only one
I don't
still to
think
pick
I really need
quarterback.
another. I'm happy with my wide receivers. Don't should probably do with one more running back.
Oh, I've only got 2 wide receivers. I was not paying attention.
We'll post these teams up afterwards and see what.
Ooh, I regret going
anybody
for
thinks.
a QB in the last round. I was not watching my team. I thought I had 3 wide receivers.
No,
Ooh,
you have not picked
I
a wide receiver
have
since the second round.
Yep, no, just realised that. Oops.
I'm gonna go Charbonnet against your thoughts, Thomas.
Charbonnet stays fit. He's a good pick.
You mean
Three
to
quarterbacks?
Compliment my thoughts.
Hold on. 2 people picked their backup quarterbacks. So since Adam picked Mahomes, Purdy, and Stafford, all off the board. all off the board.
But that would not happen in real fantasy world.
It would
So
happen
I'm
in
not. I'm not.
in a couple of the leagues.
No,
I know
no,
it would.
I'm not.
As
too
soon
annoyed
as
about
as soon
that.
as
That's
Josh
okay.
Allen, this is what happens in real life fantasy world.
Are they panic?
That's all.
As soon as a first QB goes, then it's a flood.
That's okay.
You know,
Absolute
8 QBs go.
picnic stations.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay. That's still fine. I hope.
So yes, I've got my quarterback. I've got my tight end. I'm not very good at running back at the moment, and I don't think I'm going to get any better.
I like the way you were slagging me off for only having two wide receivers, and you've only got 2 running backs.
Yeah.
This is
I
a-
did say early on that I was punting on the position to a certain degree, and that's absolutely happened.
Look at that pot calling kettles names.
So I'm looking at like Aaron Jones, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyler Algier. Looking at Bill. looking at old Cross Key Merritt. looking at Coleman coming back round. Interesting. I don't like any of them. I'm gonna go Cross Key Merritt.
Okay.
That was
What's next, bro?
Jake Ferguson and Wandale Robinson at the turn. So now we're in an interesting position. So we have Warren, but we have that flexibility with the tight end. We can play in the flex as well, and Kittle's still sitting there. It's interesting to me.
Yeah, why is everyone suddenly soured on Kittle? What's happened to him?
I'm gonna go with it again. I think he's like an extra wide receiver
Yeah,
in this draft. So I'm gonna throw him into one of my flex spots.
and I think this year because
I've got
they've
that.
now got Mike Evans on their team.
I'm gonna go for the stack.
Who you got?
So he's going for the Bo Nix, Jalen Waddle stack.
That's what I'm going.
There were many stacks you could have been talking about, but
Aaron Jones, Algier, Pittman, Ogon. Right. What was I needed? I needed a wide receiver. That's
a
what
wide
I
receiver.
needed.
There's not a lot. Quentin Johnson. Do we think he's been like disrespected in fantasy circles? Because he had some really good weeks last year. If I can find them.
It's actually really hard. Like, he had a couple of good weeks, didn't he? Quentin Johnson, but then he was just completely overlooked when everybody came back healthy.
Yeah, he started the season as a wide receiver 2 in week 1. Then he was a wide receiver 7 in week 4. And he had a spike week again before the end of the season. He's quite touchdown dependent.
Let's see who's highest on the board.
He's big play and touchdown dependent, but you could do worse at 10th round of the draft, to be honest.
All right, you know what? I'm going to go back up tight end and see if someone I like falls to me.
Nice.
Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
yeah, pretty much all the wide receivers
All
are
the
good
wide
there,
receivers.
apart from Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah,
are
which
on the
I am not too upset about. Right. What positions?
So Quentin Johnson, Stephon Diggs, who doesn't have a team, Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, Xavier Worthy.
No, forget about him.
Oh, we don't even know who he is.
Yeah, we don't,
He's
we-
not
we
on
don't
the
know.
board.
Jaden Higgins might have a breakout year. This is where you're kind of looking at your potential breakouts. Jalen
Yeah.
Coker might have a breakout. Josh Downs, being the wide receiver 2 there, might have a breakout.
Travis Hunter is on there as well, Matthew. Do you remember when he traded for a fourth pitch? First round pick for him?
Travis Hunter, I would not go for at this stage until we start throwing in the ball again.
I am going to go for my late minute panic strategy.
Go for it.
Only because I don't know what to do. I'm going to go someone with a really cool name. K Contraception is the person I'm going for.
KC Concepcion. Where's this contraception coming from? There's no tra in there. There's no tra.
KC Contraception. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Sorry. Contraception.
that's sad that will be his name forever. Kenyon Sadiq goes off the board before you.
Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon
Quentin
Diggs, who
Johnson.
doesn't have a team and is currently going through massive court cases, has gone before Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
But Quentin Johnson did go right before you. So there you go. You've got 4. Do you have?
I'm going getting my backup tight end there.
There you go.
Worried about Sam Laporta getting a wee niggle or an injury.
Barner over Likely. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I like Barner.
Interesting. Tell you what.
Is it still the best team in football?
Tell you what running back I'm thinking of taking a dart throw on at this point. Like Jordan Mason, no. Emmett Johnson, no. Trey Benson, no. Jonah Coleman, I am happy taking a shot
All
at.
right.
If we're talking about people who can be the starter for their team, who can be an every down back for their team, there's not that many there. Jonah Coleman has the potential.
Yep.
So I'm going to lock him in.
He could be a later.
And then my board is pretty much open because I've got 4 running backs,
He'd be a
4
later
wide
week gamble
receivers,
for you.
2 tight ends, and a quarterback. I've got 4 picks left. Wide receiver wise seems to be the option at the moment. Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, big blank space. Jared Goff, Joanne Jennings, Jaden Higgins is an interesting one. I think I might go Jaden Higgins for the same reason. I think there's upside there. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Jaden Higgins.
Yes.
Because I feel like, yeah, if he becomes the wide receiver 2 in that offense, takes over well, bounce back from stride.
I'm locking in my backup QB.
He loves Jared Goff. He loves him.
I do.
Man loves the
I
Goff.
don't understand that. All right.
Where's the rushing
Let-
upside on him?
He was second in the league for passing yards last season. Second in the league for passing touchdowns.
Where was he for rushing yards as a
Yeah,
quarterback?
it's still number 9. Number 9 QB last season. If he's the number 9 QB this season, and I get him in round 12, that's a steal.
It's a bit of a steal.
All right, let's see who we got here.
So happy with my QBs. Not
I actually
100%
have
happy with my tight end room.
no idea who to go for here. This is a tough one.
I'm just going best on the board now.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like
Who do I go with at quarterback? I probably do want to back Trevor Lawrence up a little bit because he has the potential to get concussions or niggling injuries and that kind of stuff.
All right, Thomas.
Whereas Thomas, at
Right.
this point, you've got two
at
tight
late
ends.
rounds where it shouldn't
got
take all that long.
I'm kind of just going to go for a rookie strategy and sort of try and get some younger players who might
Go
come
on,
in.
Omar Cooper Jr. He's still there.
That's who I was going to go for.
Nice.
Yeah.
JETS.
Before Xavier Worthy, blank space in our board.
Do you know, I deliberately didn't talk about him or mention him or anything like
Brilliant.
that and wasn't even going to pick him because we said forget.
Well, somebody went after Omar Cooper, and then Malik Willis and Jalen Coker went at the corner, and then
Yeah.
Emmett Johnson went right before Thomas goes again.
Yep.
So
And I forgot it was me.
Emmett
oh,
Johnson might be a decent shout because Kenneth Walker can't really stay fit through a whole regular season. So if he's the next man up,
You know what I
it's a
might
decent shout.
start doing now because we still got them? Is I kind of want to look. I'm going to go for it.
you're considering a defense.
I'm going to go Rams defense.
He's going for the Rams defense.
I feel like
he's
with-
following Garrett.
With Garrett, yeah, Miles Garrett, I think that's it's a good one.
The big old muscly breadcrumbs.
Yeah. I feel like because they had a great defense last year,
They did.
you know, and I think that's only made it better.
It's almost like
I was tempted to
they've
go
made
Seahawks
themselves-
defense,
It's almost like they've
and I
made
probably
themselves
should have
like
gone
the number
Seahawks
one,
defense.
like the number one team in all of
Yeah.
the NFL. You know.
Wait, Adam, did you pick Jared Goff as your backup QB in the late rounds?
Yeah.
Why would you not pick the guy you chose to forgive?
I'm trying to find him.
Why
Who
would you
took
not-
him?
Why would you not pick Adam? No one's taken Geno Smith.
I can't find him.
There is. Hang on.
Where is he, guys?
Let's keep.
He's not here.
Let's keep scrolling down, shall
I
we?
swear he's not here. Where is he?
Oh my goodness! It's Geno Smith.
Has Geno Smith actually
He's
been
actually
taken?
disappeared. Geno Smith is not there. Because I'm not joking. And by the way, great draft strategy getting the Rams there. By the way, that is exactly the pick I would have done
Where on
next.
earth is Geno Smith?
I have no idea. That's mental.
Oh, I found him.
Right, I'm going Seahawks.
Okay, right.
you-
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why I can't find him?
Why?
Do you want to know what number he is on the draft
I
board?
went defense there. By the way, I went
He is
Seattle.
2,286
What a steal!
on the
He
board.
is literally not being drafted.
No,
What a
A-
steal.
12 person leagues. He is not being looked at.
ADP 999. So
100%
so
picking him. Come on, Gino.
Yeah, so as the last pick in the draft dart throw, he works really well. But Kyler Murray is
but
still
no,
on the
he
board.
doesn't.
This
He
is
doesn't
kinda
work
like
well
my-
at all because you don't need to waste a pick on him.
So because Kyler Murray's still on the board, and because I know
286.
because I know if Kyler Murray ends up being the starter in this team, he is going to be
Yeah.
top for fantasy. I'm going to go for Kyler Murray as my backup.
Okay.
Dylan Sampson, the
Tyreek
the
Hill.
unemployed Tyreek Hill at the band. So
I thought
still
Tyreek
have-
Hill retired.
He may have retired. Need to read up on that. I think he's still holding out for a team.
He's got like half a leg.
I am going to take because I want to see what defense drops right till the end for the pod for us.
But you can see that.
No, I want to
And
see who I
pick a
end
defense.
up with.
Yeah.
Basically want to see who I end up with if I go with what the computer are thinking, which is nobody's picking a defense. So with that being said, there's not a lot of options at other positions.
is there?
So I might take. See, who's sitting there at running back? Nobody good sitting there at running back. So go for Rodriguez. Let's see if he actually does. something for the
He's who I
Jets.
was going to pick next.
See if Rodriguez gets the
Well
goal line
played.
work.
Let's go Boston.
Denzel Boston for Adam. Travis Hunter went off the board. Deebo Samuel went off the board. Antonio Williams for the Commanders could be a bit of a dart throw, and it's back around to Tomas. who has pretty much every position
Yeah.
sorted, so we might as well just throw a couple of darts.
Yeah, I might go for, I'm just going to go rookies, again, Singleton and Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm thinking,
All right.
could be okay.
And what's next?
Then final pick,
Thank goodness we don't have to pick a kicker.
might just go anybody really on this one. Yeah, I don't even know who half these people. I'm going to go Branch because again, that's a funny name.
Zachariah Branch.
Go on, Gino. There
of
we are.
The Falcons, and this is where all of the defenses are being picked. So who do I end up with at defense? Let's see. ADP wise, apparently the Titans. It's not going to be the Titans. I can tell you that for sure. Ones
it's
I'm interested in.
But it's really funny because it's saying all defenses are ADP 999, as in nobody's picking them.
Yeah.
Like the Niners.
Yeah.
The Niners were the number 24 defense last year. That's not great. The Bucks were the number 20. That's not ideal. Steelers are there. The Vikings, did they have a good season or bad? They were the number 3
Yeah,
defense.
Brian Flores defense.
I like a Brian Flores defense. I also like the Jags defense were really turnover happy last year. I don't think they'll be the same this year.
The Chiefs still being there is good
Chiefs
as well.
is good. I'm gonna go Vikings defense to round it off.
Nice.
That
is
is
not bad.
it.
I'm very happy to get Gino right down there.
The draft has ended. Do we all want to run through our teams?
What does that say 10 team?
Oh, we can.
Make sure to take a screenshot.
It does say 10 team, but it's quite clearly a 12 team.
Yeah, I know that's.
And it does say 10 team PPR, but I'm pretty sure it's a 12 team half
Halfway
PPR.
PR, yeah.
So fantastic.
I need to do.
Fantastic work.
It'd be good to
probably.
It'd be good to track all of these throughout the course of the year, and see which person had the best team by the end of this, like just total
So-
points wise.
For my team, we've got Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. Starting running backs of Travion Henderson, David Montgomery. Starting wide receivers, Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tyler Warren at tight end. Three flex spots, T. Higgins, Brian Thomas Jr. and Bill Crosskey Merritt. And the Minnesota Vikings defense to round it off. My starting lineup.
So let's do it this way. Okay, QB room. Who do we think has the best QB room?
Lawrence and Murray over here.
I have Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott.
That's what I mean. It's the best QB room.
Adam, he's got
I have
Goff.
3 QBs. I have Bo Nix, Jared Goff, and Gino.
Okay,
Gino?
yeah.
So your starting quarterback's Geno Smith. That's cool.
Okay, so
I like my QB room.
I don't think you should.
Well,
I don't think Bo Nix is going to have a pretty big season.
that's a point to Thomas.
Okay, running back room.
Although Trevor Lawrence was a QB4 last year, and he might have a better year this year. So.
So because we've got obviously 3 flexes, we're not going to do flex room and things like that. So pick
Okay.
your top 3 running backs in your team.
Yep.
Pick your top 3 wide receivers and your top tight end.
Okay.
And we'll do it that way.
Top 3 running backs. go.
Okay, so here. Okay, my top 3 running backs, I think Derrick Henry, Scatterboo. And I'm going to say, even though I didn't pick him to last, I'm going to say Price for the Seahawks. I think he'll be my top 3.
Interesting. What's Adam doing?
I don't know. Adam, who are your top 3
Trying to
running
share
backs?
that.
Adam's in space.
What we're doing, running backs?
Yep, you have to pick your
Just
top
go to
3.
your team. Just
Yeah.
the team.
Have one?
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love, Jalen Warren, and it's Chuba Hubbard.
Is your top 3? Okay.
It's not fantastic. Jeremiah Love has to have an amazing season for me.
Apologies, but it's rare that we get fantasy news dropping in the middle. So Broncos running back RJ Harvey underwent surgery this offseason
Oh my
to
goodness.
repair a torn labrum suffered in the AFC Championship game.
Wow.
He's only just gone
So
into
your
surgery.
your Coleman pick would be really good.
Yeah, he might
Yeah.
now be my running back 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's your top 3, Matthew?
So it's going to be Travion Henderson, David Montgomery, and Jonah Coleman. Why not?
I think that's a really tough running back room to call. I'm really happy with mine. Only because I love Scatterbo.
What's your vote, Nathan?
Nathan,
You know
what's
we're
your
gonna
vote?
come
Who
to
is the best running back
you.
room?
Just point at me. It's okay.
Who do you have again?
Jeremiah Love, Jalen Warren, and Chuba Hubbard.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
I know you don't love it for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Okay, mine is King Henry, CTE Scat, and Jadarian Price.
I prefer mine.
Travion Henderson, David Montgomery, and Jonah Coleman.
I'd still prefer mine.
I think Thomas is probably the one.
It depends how long Scottish.
I just don't
Thank
like
you.
Scadabo as a
I don't
pick.
know. I do think he's
I
good.
like. He was like. See when he got going last season, he was the like.
I was
for
gonna say, I'd
back
love to see.
ba-
I'd love
yeah.
to see his finishes and
Yeah,
when he was fit.
his back to like.
I
there
don't.
was-
I
there
would
was, like,
genuinely vote
back-to-back
for my running
weeks.
backs, but
There was back-to-back weeks where he was the number one running back.
okay.
You know, getting numerous touchdowns. All right, wide receiver room, top 3 wide receivers.
You go first, Adam.
Puka Nakua, AJ Brown, and Jalen Waddle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really
that-
good. That's really good. Oh my goodness. Oh,
I don't
God.
think any of you guys beat that.
Excuse me.
My wide receiver number 4 is DJ Moore as well.
We're not doing 4,
That's
so
that's
tough.
We'll do flex. We'll do flex.
No, we're not doing flexes.
Oh, okay. I don't think any of you beat that, guys. I
My
don't think
wide
you can.
receivers are Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and T. Higgins.
No, I take
That's
that.
pretty close.
Justin
That's
Jefferson,
pretty
Amon-Ra
close.
St. Brown. Okay, Jamar Chase,
Nice.
George Pickens.
Brilliant. And then you
And,
forgot.
And then I've got KC Contraception.
Oh, no. It was going so well.
It was going so well at the start,
so
but
well.
I
Okay,
definitely
so
have this-
you're out.
I would take mine.
I would take Matthews.
Yeah.
Guys,
I would take
seriously?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
And
Justin Jefferson. And who was your third again?
And my third was T. Higgins.
And T. Higgins. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yep,
100%.
I'm taking mine every day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What about-
Come,
what about-
come-
what about you,
come the end of the season, my God, if you combine the fantasy points of my 3 wide receivers, your 3, I guarantee you mine comes out well on top.
Guarantee.
Well on
Wow.
top. Absolute
Wow.
banker. I'll
Well, let's
bet you a nice bottle of whiskey on it.
Stop making bets. Stop it.
Yep.
We'll sort that off camera.
All right, tight ends. Tight ends. Top 2 tight ends.
Top 2 tight ends?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got it then.
I think you do.
Sam Laporta and AJ Barner for me.
Absolutely not. You're right.
Kyle,
Move on.
Kyle Pitts and Dwayne Johnson.
I don't like that either. I do like Tyler Warren and George Kittle.
See, you got George Kittle as a steal.
Yeah.
I was very jealous of your George Kittle pick. I
I like my tight end room.
quite like his as well.
He can recover.
I
Can stay fit for more than 11 games. Yeah, maybe.
So I had 2 of them.
yeah.
You had 2
I had
of
2.
them.
Adam
And
had
you
0.
didn't have
Yeah, you didn't have any. You didn't have any of
So
the
we
top
actually
rooms.
voted
I think it's absolute
As a cons-
madness my wide receivers didn't win there.
How?
Madness.
Justin Jefferson,
That
Amon
is
Ra St. Brown. They were a
crazy.
very close second.
Close second.
Considering I only have 2 wide receivers. Yeah.
I just thought win. That is ridiculous. You have no faith in AJ Brown having a monster season this season. I hate that he's going to have a monster season.
not
but he
over-
is.
Not over
Guys,
Justin
it's
Jefferson
gonna be
or
like
Amon Ra
12
St.
or-
Brown.
It's going to be like 12, 13, 14 touchdowns receiving, like 1,400 yards.
We can sort it all out at the end.
Oh.
That's a great thing. We
Yeah.
have
You
we have this
think-
recorded for posterity's sake.
And Jalen Waddle over who? Sorry, who was your third?
T. Higgins.
Oh, Jalen Waddle every time. T.
What?
Higgins is wide receiver.
That might be your
number
most
2 there.
controversial.
Yeah, that is
that
the
might be your
worst
most
tool,
controversial
yeah.
statement.
Jalen Waddle, 100% wide
Whoa.
receiver number 1 in what is going to be a powerhouse team this year.
Whoa,
Why?
that
Because they
is
caught Jalen Waddle?
absolutely insane.
No.
That is.
All that T. Higgins has done throughout like his entire career is just like be a top,
Hasn't
like
had
a
a
wide
1,000
receiver.
yard receiving season
been a
since
wide receiver.
2022.
He's been a wide receiver 2 pretty much every year.
Since 2022. That's
When-
3 seasons ago.
When was the last time Jalen Waddle had an elite season?
Oh, actually, he had a really good one in 18, 19, wasn't it? Or no, 22.
No, like years
I'll
ago.
look it up, but it won't be years ago. And it will be over 1,000 yards a lot more recently.
Fair enough. I still think T.
But
Higgins
anyway.
is better option.
Okay. I completely disagree with the wide receivers. But That's
no,
fine.
no.
I'll accept.
I think we.
As a
know.
well-balanced team, I
Well done,
like
Matthew.
my
Yeah, well done,
chances
Matthew.
in that fake fantasy
Nice.
league.
Oh, Adam, we never did
Nice.
defense. Oh, you won defense. Yay.
No, you probably won
yeah,
defense.
you won
You got the Rams.
No, I would give you the Sea. No, you get the
I got the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'm not, like,
Yeah,
so
I'll
what do
give
we?
him the
So
Seahawks.
what do we think? Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
what
I
I said.
don't
Yeah,
know. I think with
but like, I mean, the fact that the computer was saying pretty much nobody picks defense. Like,
Yep.
is that a, like?
It's
I think you kind of need to read the room on it. Say if like the
Yep.
Rams or the Seahawks are up there,
Yep.
and it's sort of round 10, 11, and you've sort of got everything else filtered out. You're only gonna try and pick up people you think might be good. If nobody else goes defense, then you can waiver wire defenses and things like that.
like a lot of things. Like we'll give people advice on like you should be drafting a quarterback, you should be waiting for a quarterback, or you should be drafting wide receivers early or something like that. It doesn't really matter what advice we give if your league is completely the
Yeah.
other side of things. So if your league is drafting defenses early, either you just back out of it and don't bother drafting a defense until right at the end,
Yeah.
or you jump early and get
Yeah.
one of the top 2 or 3.
And we all kind of consistently did this while we were doing that mock draft, was when it came to a point where we didn't know who to go for, as in there's sort of a few players on the things that we could go either way on, we kind of then just ignored those people and went for what fills a gap that we need.
Yeah.
And that was a good way of looking at things. Like, that's how we got a more rounded team. I mean, obviously Adam didn't win any of the position things, but you know, that's how we got a more rounded team, which is, I don't know if I want this mediocre wide receiver or this mediocre running back, but I don't have a tight end.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, I'll go tight end and see if one of them goes and takes that decision away from me.
Yeah, you've got to play your team
Yeah.
at a certain point as well. You can't just
Yeah.
let everything drop.
One thing I didn't do was I didn't really go for any Patriots players. I normally do that. I normally go for players on my team.
I forgot to pick a kicker. knew there was some.
Oh, Adam, you
somebody
come in the
I'd-
kicker room, and then that way we're all 2-all. Yeah.
From a very unimpressed Adam.
absolute shambles of an assessment. But anyway,
That's probably
we
gonna
move on. We live, we learn.
Yes, it's
probably gonna. Oh, one no, it's not gonna do us. It's gonna do us for
We'll
the
do this
fantasy
quickly.
portion, and Adam is very very quickly going to run through the first power rankings of the year. So it shouldn't have changed that much
No.
since the end of last year, but somehow it has because I think I forgot my entire ranking system.
I have my previous rankings, but anyway, we'll just go. Are we going one to bottom?
No, no. Start from bottom and work your way to one. He starts with the best team and then works down to 32.
So we're going to
There's,
bottom.
there's some. I've seen it done, but yeah, we always start at the bottom. I think, do we?
Yeah, we work our way up. We just don't spend long on the sort of like, we divide it into quarters, don't we? You know, we do the first 8, then the second 8, then we get into the muddle, and then we're in the top 8.
Nice.
So
I think it was in order last year, the number one down, but
It might have been.
rattle.
I think it's just better.
Rattle through the bottom
Yeah.
8. Give
Yeah,
us a
don't even talk about them. Just rattle.
No,
through
I'm
them.
pretty sure we had top 10, bottom 10, and muddle. I think.
Yeah,
those were the
that's
three
what. Oh,
categories.
that's the way we did
So
it.
just
yeah.
give us the bottom 10 then.
Yeah, bottom 10.
bottom 10.
And we're not talking about them. You're just sort of saying their names. No, out loud.
Okay, so bottom 10. So number 23.
Number 32.
Oh, we're doing 32. We're doing it up. Sorry. Okay, we're doing it up. Okay, my apologies. Cut that. Number 32.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
Number
We're gonna
30.
go on 3.
3.
Number 32, worst team in football according to us. The Arizona Cardinals. Number 31 is the Miami Dolphins. I think we can agree with those two. Number 30 is the Raiders. Number 29 is the Tennessee Titans. Number 28, we have the Cleveland Browns. Number 27, Jets. Jets.
Climbing.
Love it.
Climbing already.
Be much higher by the end of the season. Number 26, the New Orleans Saints. Number 25, the New York Giants. Number 24, we have the Indianapolis Colts. Could be quite controversial. And
Yeah,
number
dropped.
23, the Atlanta Falcons. That is your bottom 10.
That is interesting. The Colts have
Any
dropped so far.
disagreements there, guys?
Are
Any
there-
wondering how
are
the
there
teams
any-
got down there?
Yeah, I was going to say, are there any that we're drastically out on in terms of our selections? Because I don't think they're all kind of
They're all
similar to where I
yeah.
had them.
I had the Jets at 30.
The Colts, we were a wee bit out on.
had them at 28,
I had the
didn't
Colts way down. I had them
So
at
what way did-
28. I just
So what,
really
did
don't
Adam
think
rank
that
them at
size.
20th?
Did I have them at 27 or 28? The Jets.
Yeah.
I think I had them in around that.
I had the Jets at 26. Matthew had them at 27. You had them at 30.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your
Uh,
lowest.
Yeah. Which sounds about right, yeah. I mean,
Kind of agree. That's what the bottom 10 should be.
yeah.
More,
I mean,
more or less.
The Colts surprised me,
Yeah, it's
and the
surprised-
and the Falcons surprised me
surprised
because
me
I
more.
had the Steelers and Commanders
You had,
worse.
you had the Falcons at 20.
Yeah.
And you had the Colts at
I had the Colts at
say,
21.
21. I had the Colts at 28.
Wow,
I had the
you really
yeah,
dropped them
I was
down.
down on the Colts big time this season. I think they're going to have a shocker.
I don't know if they're going to have a shot.
I don't know. I'm very torn about them. I don't think I have them ranked that highly, but they're that kind of team that they've got the pieces to have
Yeah.
a decent season. It's just they're kind of resting on their laurels a little bit, and they had a terrible end of the season. So
Yeah,
that would
I
scare
mean-
me if I was a Colts fan.
Yeah. I mean, amazingly that they were like number one in our team, like part of the way through the season, and they just dropped down and like to the lowest you went to 28.
Like, has their wide receiver room got better? I mean, they've just gone and paid Alec Pierce and got rid of Michael Pittman, so
Yeah.
that's got worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor had a fully fit season for the first time
Yep.
like ever.
Yeah.
If he gets injured, then you're snookered.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, you're relying on coming back from injury and
Yeah.
doing something.
Yep. You just don't see
Tyler
where
Warren.
they've got better.
Tyler Warren was-
and they
is an
ended the
upside.
season terribly. That's why I had them so low down. But could be horribly wrong.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Let's rattle off the
Yeah,
muddle.
go on.
Muddle.
The model.
Number 22, the Washington Commanders. Number 21, the Carolina Panthers. Number 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 19, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 18, the Minnesota Vikings. Number 17, maybe surprisingly, the the LA Chargers.
You're turning back the clock there.
Thinking of Philip Rivers days there. Number 16, the Dallas Cowboys. I potentially disagree with. Number 15, Green Bay Packers. Number 14, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 13, the Chicago Bears. Number 12, the Houston Texans. And just on the outside of the top 10 are the Detroit Lions.
I am
Any
surprised.
controversy there, guys?
I'm
Apart
surprised
from San
by-
Diego potentially being a team again, according to me.
I'm surprised about the
I like San Diego coming back.
Packers. The Packers outside that top 10.
Yeah, the Packers I had quite low. Matthew did as well. I had them at 17. Matthew had them at 16. You had them at 9. You
I had
had
them
them
at
in your
9,
top
yeah.
10. So me and Matthew were nearly in lockstep on it. But
I
I
did.
don't know why I was like trying to rank their division, and I see them as the third best team in their division. Weirdly, because I think the Bears won the division
Yeah.
last year, and
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a big bounce back for the Lions.
there is a
It's kinda
question
what I'm
over
betting on.
Jacobs as well. Have they made themselves better? I don't think so.
It's whether Micah Parsons comes back fully fit as well. There's a lot of question
I
marks
think
about that
there's
team.
I think there's also the potential they could be the worst team in their division.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility. I have the Vikings quite close to them.
I kind of feel like I accidentally messed up and put the Bears and the Packers in the wrong way, which makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, I think I've messed up my list there. Yeah,
The Texans quite high because defense wins. The Chiefs still low, but that could change drastically at the start of the season.
With it-
Depends
Me
what
and
with it-
Chiefs
hang
are
on,
Chiefs
seeing.
wait.
lockstep on the Chiefs. Thomas had them cracking the top 10.
well, I still think they're the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
it's
the
hard to argue.
Andy Reid and
We-
the Pat Mahomes factor.
We
it's-
argued this so long last season.
But it is hard to argue with them being top 10. But yeah,
Their defense has got better. Their offense, yeah, with Kenneth Walker. But that wide receiver core, they need somebody else. But
they
anyway,
haven't in the
we'll
past.
see.
The thing is,
Yeah.
they've been a top team without wide receivers in the past, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
I
what
think
happens.
that it's just with that Pat Mahomes factor, the Andy Reid factor. I think it's one of those ones you just don't.
Let's crack
judge
on.
them.
Who are
Anyway,
our
Final
right,
ones.
okay, the top 10.
Big 10?
So, number 10, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Matthew will be quite happy. They're up in the rankings quite early. Number 9, the Cincinnati Bengals. Could be a wee surprise there. The New England Patriots at number 8, fresh off a Super Bowl thumping. Number 7, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 6, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 5, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 4, the Denver Broncos. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Number 2, the LA Rams. And at number 1 are the defending Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks. Discuss.
Is the only one that didn't have the Seahawks at 1 me? Am I the only one
Yeah,
that didn't
me
have
and
them?
Thomas had them. I'm really surprised you had them. at
I
one.
go for the theory of they're still the reigning champs.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good
And
theory.
they-
Knock
you
them
know,
off their
they-
perch.
You know, you can do as many moves as you want in off season, but until they start losing
agree.
a couple games,
It's true.
I
or
agree.
another team looks
No, I
ultimately
don't.
better.
I don't disagree with that. I have bought into the hype
Yeah.
on this one, and I do just think that
I think the Rams are.
the Rams are they put a big target on
Yeah.
their back, and the reason you say that a team's put a big target on their back is if they've made themselves the best team.
Yeah.
And that's what they believe that they've done. That's
Yeah.
what the whole league believe that they've done. So let's see it.
Yeah.
I
We
just,
were all very close with the Eagles.
Yeah.
There as well. I had them at 7. You had them at 8. Thomas had them at 6. They're pretty
close.
consistent on that.
So, of
Wee
course
bit
they land at 5,
discrepancy
that
with
makes
the
sense.
Niners. You really don't rate the Niners. You had them at 13. I had them
I-
at 5.
I'm not gonna
And
lie.
you had them at 8.
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot the Niners existed until I got to about 20, and I was like, I've got to put them in somewhere. So I
I-
retraced my
So
steps
did
quite
this
What
drastically.
happened with one
Like-
of our power rankings last year that we almost forgot the Niners as well.
Yeah,
Like,
there
this
was-
could be a recurring thing.
there was a,
I
like
didn't forget them. I had them at number 5.
the Niners. I was like, I
think
don't know
there's
what
a
to make
lot
of them.
Upside to that team if they all stay fit.
Hold on,
But,
and
but
what
they
you're
won't
saying is
stay fit.
good luck Cardinals.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Cardinals last, and you've
Oh,
got
yep.
3 of their division mates
Well,
in the
to
top
be fair,
5.
I had the Cardinals at 31. Yous had them at 32.
yeah.
Oh, you think they're going to compete then? That's good.
I I think they're slightly better than the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah,
that will be an
and
interesting debate to have. 'cause they are
Buffalo,
both
we were
terrible
nearly.
teams.
We didn't have a team where we were completely in lockstep
No,
on.
I saw all
Buffalo
these.
was the closest. Me and you had them at 3. You had them at 4.
The
and you
Jags,
had
the
the
Jags
Broncos at 3.
being up there.
I didn't have the Jags in the top 10.
No, I know you didn't. I didn't have them in the top 10.
Yeah, I don't know how they scraped that one.
I had the Jags at 6.
That's 6. Isn't that
I had them.
crazy?
That is absolutely.
That's
That is
so high.
absolutely
I
nuts.
went. I
Like,
went.
and
that's
as-
Justin Blackman levels
yeah,
of high.
and
what
as
that is.
for Adam saying,
Eight
"Oh,
straight
Matthew's
games to
gonna
finish the season last year." Well, apart from getting beat by Buffalo in the playoffs.
yeah, if they won 8 straight to win the season,
Matthew,
they would've done
Matthew
something
hates
else.
see the Jags top of the power rankings because what he doesn't
I hate
want them to see, he doesn't
Well,
want
I'm
to see
not
them
saying they'll
plummet.
get top of
He
the power
wants to see
rankings,
them
but I do
go up.
I think they deserve to be top 10.
No,
No.
or top of the muddle is
No,
my
top of
favorite
the muddle,
position
yeah.
to be because
I do-
everybody forgets about you
I
when you're
did
in the
also.
middle.
They're top.
Everyone forgets. I want number 11. Give me my 11 back.
Number 11 is the Detroit Lions, top of the middle.
Ah, that's the spot. That's the spot. That's Super
No,
Bowl champion.
number 13
Detroit Lions.
is like what they always say, like the twilight position.
The twilight zone.
See, I had the Bengals
I
in
think
number
that's
13.
perfect for the Bears. I don't know what they expect. I don't know
Interesting.
whether they continue it on. Ben Johnson's a hell of a coach,
Yeah, I like it.
but I
I can
see
see them
some
doing it.
regression this year. I don't think
Did they?
I don't think they can have that many last minute
What,
wins
what,
again.
what about the Patriots dropping all the way to 8, Thomas? Share your thoughts.
I
You
have
know
them
what?
quite a bit lower than you guys. That
Yeah,
brought
because
them
I had them in at 7.
I had them in at 6 because
I had
drop
them.
them too
I had
far.
them at 13. I have had them as my team. I didn't know what to think of.
I'm kind of looking at the list of what I had, and I'm like, I don't know why I put the Patriots so low. I think they're better than the Ravens. I think they're better than the Eagles.
Like this is the thing I kind of thought about when I was going when I was going through the list. I was like, listen, right. All the Patriots did last year was make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what their schedule was. All this, they made it to the Super Bowl
Yeah,
last
they-
year. We've already said that the Seahawks are going to stay number 1 because they
Yeah.
won the Super Bowl last year. But because the Patriots lost the Super Bowl, they dropped to what position did you have them?
I had them at 13.
13.
Which is
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's
And all they've done
That is
again
nuts.
we talk about teams getting
Schedule.
better. All they've done is trade for AJ Brown.
yeah. All
We,
they've done is
we,
go
have,
right.
They're a better team.
we have talked about this before, and we have done our predictions of what we think the Patriots are going to be.
I don't really care what their schedule is going to be at the or what their record's going to be at the end of the year. Right now,
Yeah, right
on
now.
paper they
Yeah.
should be higher than.
Yeah, you are
13.
not. You are not trying
I'm
to.
quite content with all the sides I have in front of them.
Okay.
Now it could be 1,000,000% wrong, but we'll see.
I think you are. I
We'll
think.
see. Week 1, if Seattle beat them by like 20 points, I'm vindicated in that.
If they give the Seahawks a game week 1,
Then I'm not. Then I potentially have to bump them up after a loss, which will be an interesting
What
thing.
happens if they
but
beat the Seahawks?
we'll see.
What happens if they beat the Seahawks?
number 1, baby.
Yeah,
Then
number
straight
1 in
up.
the
Then I
rankings.
owe
Straight
all
up to the
Patriots
top.
fans and yourself quite a big apology.
Straight to the
but
moon.
AJ Brown, 4 TDs.
They will be. They'll be a lot closer to the number 1 spot if they beat Seattle in the opening week.
I love it. Right.
Anyway.
Okay.
That's us.
That was a really long episode. We're back at it for the first time, so we're kind of getting a lot of stuff out there. The episodes coming up will probably be a bit more succinct with what we're talking about. It'll be like rankings, like fantasy rankings,
They will not
quarterback,
be.
wide receiver, running back.
Yeah,
tight end.
they won't be.
Where do we
succinct.
rank? Where do we rank them? What's our consensus ranking?
We do not do succinct.
We don't. We
We
really.
do pocket segments in between of us arguing about the Jets, Jags, and Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Tune in for the actual fantasy content and also just the mindless kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
Whatever tickles your fancy.
I still can't believe you had the Jets so high. 26? That's wild. That's wild.
See you next time.
And objectively, they've got worse.